times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
During this special time of year, the Grossenberg Implement family would like to take this time to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. They'd also like to thank all their loyal customers for their support and remind them they'll be closed all day on Monday, December 25th, Christmas Day, so their employees can celebrate Christmas with family and friends. Again, Merry Christmas from the Grossenberg Implement family to yours.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me to get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Welcome inside the birdcage as we get you set for a doubleheader in high school hoops between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, as this will be our final broadcast of the year 2023. We have plenty of high school hoops, baseball, softball, and a lot more coming up in 2024. We look forward to bringing you all the action, but it certainly has been a great 2023. And again, capping it off for the first time for the Vermillion boys right here inside the birdcage. For the Vermillion girls, it is their second home game of the season. Of course, along with my broadcast partner, Cole Larsch, we do have to ring in the festive new season before we dive more into this matchup for both the boys and girls tonight. Cole, first off, I believe you are already home for the Christmas break. You're back once again. What is the plan for you in this Christmas and the Larsch family? Now, this is going to be what? Is this your first Christmas in the new house at the Larsch family as well, or is this the second Christmas now?
Well, kind of the first and a half, because last year we were there, we weren't nearly even remotely moved in. We were just kind of there, and it was built and it was livable, but we weren't moved in. So technically, yeah, the first full year in the new house.
Okay, that's going to be exciting. Now, Cole, throughout the night as well, I will have trivia questions for you when it comes to Christmas. So make sure you are on your A game and make sure you're ready for that. We'll see how you do. Are you ready for your first question of the evening?
Yeah, bring it on.
All right. Which popular Christmas beverage is also called milk punch?
Well, it's got to be eggnog.
Oh, there
right?
you go.
Hey, 1 for 1.
1 for
1
1.
for 1, baby.
Keep that on the tally sheet. We'll catch back up with Cole Larsch a little bit later on as we get set, as I mentioned, this doubleheader between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Tri-Valley Mustangs here in the JV game right now as well. The Mustangs are up on the Vermillion girls 27 39 now to 27 is the score. But let's focus here a little bit on varsity. In match number 1, Vermillion is trying to rebound after their tough loss on Saturday inside the Sanford Coyote Sports Center, which saw them lose against number 1 in Class C2 in the state of Nebraska, the Crofton Warriors, a team that came out and punched the Vermillion girls right away in the mouth. And it happened to be in that first quarter, and even to start the second half, that we can look back to that we saw the Crofton Warriors really separate. In fact, when you look at the first 4 minutes of the first quarter and of the third quarter, the Crofton Warriors outscored the Vermillion Tanagers 30-8 in those 8 minutes alone if you combine them into a quarter. Now, let's not forget as well, in that opening quarter, Crofton outscored Vermillion 19-4. And with the past couple of years for the Vermillion girls, as we even alluded to it just the other week, head coach John Brooks in his last 31 games is 27-4. Very impressive run. This is a Tanagers team that does not lose a whole lot, and they'll be looking to get the ship right, get it corrected tonight against the Tri-Valley Mustangs, a team that also comes in 2-2 so far this season. They have beat a very good Garrettson team that has taken a step back this year, maybe not as good as it has been the past couple of years, but that is a Region 3 opponent, and they did get a 54-53 victory. They did lose their second game this season, a 4-point loss to the Parkston Trojans. Otherwise, a win against Madison, and their last game on Friday, it was a loss to the T-Area Titans 67-41. Of course, that is Vermillion girls' next game, or in fact, both the Vermillion boys and girls, the T-Area Titans. So Vermillion is going to have a test spot tonight against the Tri-Valley Mustangs, again, a team that comes in 2-2 overall. We're going to get back in with Cole Larsh here in just a moment, but Vermillion has dropped down a spot as well to number 5 when it comes to the media poll rankings. The past couple of weeks, they have been at the number 4 spot. They will also remain at the number 5 spot now for a few weeks, as there is not going to be a poll within the next 2 Mondays due to the holiday. Before we talk more about this girls game, let's transition quick to the boys game that is coming up. The Vermillion boys could get off to a 4-1 start, which might be a little bit of a shock to some coming into this season. We knew the Vermillion boys had a really good team that was back from a year ago, but they were going to be undersized, and we just didn't know what this opening part of the season was going to look like. In fact, it has been now 4 years since we have played the December schedule according to plan. Usually, at this point, there has been some type of winter storm that has moved things around over the last 3 years. But again, for the first time in 4 years, we are going to play a complete schedule for the month of December. And again, Vermillion boys trying to get to that 4-1 mark and also get their second win in the DAC-12. You may remember it was a year ago where they did not get more than one win in the DAC-12, beating West Central. In fact, they lost to Tri-Valley late in that game. Tri-Valley made a 10-point comeback in the fourth quarter of the boys game last year to get the victory. So it's going to be another interesting matchup. The Tri-Valley Mustang boys come in with experience, but also a lot of young guys that are going to make things interesting. It should be an exciting matchup tonight for the Vermillion boys. And again, the Vermillion girls trying to bounce back against the Tri-Valley Mustangs after that loss on Saturday. It's time for our first timeout break. When we come back, we'll join more with Cole Larsh, take a look at the region standings as we do head into Christmas, and we'll get into some more Christmas trivia. That is all on the way next on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Nice. Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Along with Cole Larsh, our producer and color man for the evening, I'm Heath Nimke. As we celebrate the Christmas season, Christmas is getting even closer and closer. Hopefully you have gotten those presents bought and taken care of. I know this year has been a little bit crazy for me. Just looking at the wallet the other day, I feel like I've spent over $1,000 on Christmas this year. Now, Cole, you give me that face, but I will say this much. With my brother having kids, I happen to be the uncle that might go a little overboard. Like, okay. There's usually like those like 1 or 2 gifts my brother always recommends, and then I'm like 4 or 5 over that. So, I mean, that got me a little in trouble. And this year I went a little bit more pricey on the gifts. I was willing to spend. Let's say it's been a good year at work. How about we say that? So I'm not going to be too ashamed. Cole, it's time for your second Christmas trivia question of the night. Cole so far is 1 of 1. The movie Miracle on 34th Street is based on a real-life department store. What is that store?
Oh my gosh, I just heard this too because they didn't allow them to do it for the second one, so they made up a... Oh boy.
Cole, I'll let you think about it for just a little bit.
Yeah, you let me think about that for a second.
Coming to this JV game right now, by the way, with 2:08 remaining, 43-27, the Tri-Valley Mustangs on top of the Vermillion girls. Well, it's going to be another kind of busy next few days. In fact, today and Thursday are going to wrap up really a lot of sports. I know Friday there are still games before that moratorium does go into effect. But again, a lot of teams are finishing up their final games before the winter moratorium. Again, Vermillion coming in the 5th ranked, 3-1 overall, taking on the Tri-Valley Mustangs at 2-2. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Vermillion ranked number 5 when it comes to the media poll on the girls' side. Wagner is number 1 at a perfect 3-0 so far this season. Sisseton is number 5. T-Area is number 3. Flandreau is number 4, and again, Vermillion is number 5. So that means when we come back out of the Christmas break, T-Area will come to Vermillion, and that will be a 3 versus 5 matchup. Red Cloud, Sioux Falls Christian, Aberdeen Roncalli, and Hamlin are all receiving votes in the media polls. In Region 4A right now, after Vermillion's loss to Crofton, and Lennox getting in more games. In fact, Lennox has already played 6 games so far this season. T-Area is ranked number 1 in the region. Lennox is number 2. Vermillion number 3. Dakota Valley number 4. Elk Point Jefferson number 5. All those teams with winning records. After that, Canton number 6. Beersford number 7, and Parker is number 8. Again, you may remember Lennox opened up their season with a win over Dakota Valley, has lost to receiving votes. Sioux Falls Christian otherwise has rattled off 4 straight games. Now, none of those teams, or even if you will, a combined record of 2-12 in those last 3 victories. So is Lennox for real? I would tell you, yes, they are. They have a lot of carryover from a volleyball team that did make the state tournament. And of course, Vermillion is going to see them here in just a little bit. Cole, getting back into our trivia question. I know you've been thinking. I want to get your thoughts on the region here in just a moment. The movie Miracle on 34th Street is based on a real-life department store. What is it?
Macy's. Final answer.
There you go. Yes! Cole is 2 of 2 so far here in our Christmas trivia questions. All right, Cole, as we see, Vermillion is ranked number 3 in the regions, number 5 in the media polls. Maybe don't need to pay too much to the region so far just because it doesn't necessarily matter at this point. A lot of basketball left to be played. And, of course, Vermillion's only loss does come from a Nebraska team that has a good chance of going on and winning a state title. But your takeaways as we head into this week before the Christmas break.
Yeah, I think like you said, a lot of it you can look at numbers right now and you can look at seed points, but it's just there hasn't been much basketball being played. I mean, maybe when we get halfway through the season, about 10 games in, then we can start studying the region and kind of take a deeper dive into it. But I'd say for right now, I mean, obviously the seed points are going to matter at the end of the season, but usually a lot of people don't say this. I think the media poll is almost more accurate right now because there has been such few games played in the region, so region standings are going to go up and down based on just one game. So I'd say hold off on the region standings till about game 10, 11, 12, then we can start analyzing them. But yeah, I mean, just a lot of basketball to be played yet this season.
Well, you say a lot of basketball to be played, but again, in the state of South Dakota, we're only allowed 20 games to be played. So after tonight, say Vermillion wins or loses, it doesn't matter. That's 5 games into the season. You do your quick math, Cole, that's already 25% of the season is gone before the Christmas break, which is nice that you don't have to make anything up. But say Vermillion does find a victory tonight against the Tri-Valley Mustangs. They are favorite to win this as well. They go into the Christmas break 4-1. What you've seen so far from this girls team, trending in the right direction to what we saw last year, or is there still a lot of things that need to be worked out during the Christmas break?
Well, I think we're going to learn a lot from that Crofton loss, is that we just, no matter how bad it might be, you still got to rely on your defense to hold them, and even if you only score 4 points, 19 isn't going to cut it on the defensive end. And like John Brooks said, I mean, Crofton's a really good team, probably the best they're going to see all year, but there's some DAC 12 teams and Region 4 teams that they're going to see later on this season that might even rival them, maybe not quite as good, but you're going to learn a lot from a close game like that. Just take the Christmas break to kind of tighten everything up, tell them get in the gym, get some shots up. Other than that, I mean, a poor shooting performance, but sometimes that just happens. So maybe tighten up the defense a little bit in practice, tell them get some shots up over the break if they want to, and get ready to roll for the last 15 games.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be interesting. Of course, Vermillion does have to take a little credit as well to how they've strung this so far together. Again, we talk about some big players a part of this team that will never going to be seen, with Casey Hansen and Shaw both receiving ACL injuries. Of course, Casey Hansen does have a chance to come back later on this season, but as I heard of right now, depending on where Vermillion finds themselves at, she might not actually make that appearance. And of course, Shaw tore her ACL just a few weeks before the season even started, so there is no possible way for her to come back. So again, Vermillion has strung this together with a couple key injuries to, if they're not starting 5, role players off the bench that they have had to deal with. On the opposite side, the Tri-Valley Mustangs come in 2-2, a team that tried to make a run with inside Region 3. I think Region 4 is the hardest in Class A. Region 3 is going to be in the conversation for the next toughest one, or at least has been the past. When you talk about Sioux Falls Christian comes from that region, and West Central, just those two dominant teams always within that region. This is certainly a big matchup tonight for the Tri-Valley Mustangs.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you want to start getting off to the right start. I mean, 2-2. You want to get to a winning record before that Christmas break. Try and build on some momentum a little bit. If you go into that Christmas break, and this can go both ways, if you go into Christmas break on a loss, you're focused on the loss, you're trying to fix things from the loss. But if you go into Christmas break on a win, then you can kind of lighten up and say, okay, here's some little things we need to fix, but most importantly, we got the win. We don't have to focus on it as much. And like you said, Region 4, probably the toughest in Class A in the state of South Dakota. It'd be big for Tri-Valley to come in here and knock off a 4A opponent. You can hang your hat on that one almost no matter what, depending on how the season goes.
It's going to be a good matchup. Again, Vermillion ranked number 5 in Class A, 3-1 overall against 2-2. Tri-Valley is the DAC 12 opponent tonight. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we take a look more at the Tri-Valley Mustangs, their season so far, as they enter the, quarter part of their season as well. That's on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. Since 1966, Louie's Cleaning and Restoration has served the Vermillion and Southeast South Dakota area with high-quality work and even higher-quality customer service. At Vermillion's oldest cleaning and restoration company, they pride themselves on providing the best service with friendly, knowledgeable staff. They specialize in cleaning, offering extensive cleaning services with high-powered equipment at an affordable price. Check out their website for a full list of services they offer. And next time you need it clean, call Louie's Cleaning and Restoration.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blain's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blain's Body Shop. Blain's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. With the sound of the Vermillion Tanagers in the background, welcome inside the birdcage. Kind of surprising they're not playing any Christmas music along with us tonight as we celebrate the holidays and get you set for, I guess, the holiday season. On Monday, it's Christmas. The following Monday, it is the year 2024. Whoever thought that we would get this far? Before we get into a look at the Tri-Valley Mustangs, we got to get into our Christmas trivia of the night. So far, Cole is 2 of 2 with his Christmas trivia. Let's see if Cole can't make it 3 of 3. Cole, in which Hollywood actor played 6 different roles in the Polar Express?
Oh, Tom Hanks. Final answer. Easy peasy.
Cole is 3 of 3.
That's one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies right there.
When it comes to our Christmas trivia. Hey, take a quick look here at the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Again, a team that comes in 2 and 2 overall. So far, Tri-Valley, again, coming out of the Region 3, a very tough region to get out of. They are currently standing in second place. There is that gap open, if you will. Region 3 in the past has been arguably one of the toughest to get out of, with Sioux Falls Christian and West Central both coming out of that region. But again, right now, Tri-Valley could see an opening in that region. Again, they're in second at 41.5 seed points. Again, it's a win-loss so far this season. Losses include against a Parkston team that has not lost yet this season, and also against the third-ranked T-Area Titans last Thursday. Otherwise, Tri-Valley's 2 wins have come against a Madison team that has not found a win, and also a big Region 3 opponent, the Garrettson Blue Dragons, so far for, again, the Tri-Valley Mustangs. So should be a good matchup with these 2 teams tonight. Certainly looking forward to it. Again, looking at the numbers, Vermillion is trying to bounce back after a loss. Vermillion is averaging 51 points a game compared to Tri-Valley, averaging 50 points a game. Points allowed, 35 for Vermillion, where it's 50 points allowed as well for Tri-Valley. So going to be an interesting matchup. Look forward to it. Again, Tri-Valley trying to find their second win inside the DAC-12, where so far they are 1-1, but again 2-0 in region play, 2-2 overall. We're going to step aside. When we come back, it's head coach John Brooks. That's on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
During this special time of year, the Grossenberg Implement family would like to take this time to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. They'd also like to thank all their loyal customers for their support and remind them they'll be closed all day on Monday, December 25th, Christmas Day, so their employees can celebrate Christmas with family and friends. Again, Merry Christmas from the Grossenberg Implement family to yours.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Welcome back inside the Birdcage on this Christmas matchup between the Tri-Valley Mustangs and the Vermillion Tanagers, and DAC-12 action as well, doubleheader. In fact, it's the first home game for the Vermillion boys. That game coming up second this evening, but right now we're getting you set for Vermillion versus the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Got a chance earlier to catch up with head coach John Brooks as this girls team again coming in 3-1 overall, trying to bounce back after a loss on Saturday against Crofton, 52-38. We talked about how physical last week was. In fact, this is game number 4 in the past 7 days for the Vermillion girls. How have they kind of gotten ready in this stretch, and how do they keep moving towards the Christmas break as we're going to enter after tonight a quarter of the way through the season for the Vermillion girls? Here he is on our pregame show. It's head coach of the Vermillion girls, John Brooks. Well, Coach Brooks says we get set for just one game this week against the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Let's revisit last week. We knew it was going to be a grind for your team. In fact, this does wrap up 4 games in 7 days, if you will, for this girls basketball team. Get some crucial wins against Ponca and West Central. That loss at the SCSC against the Crofton Warriors. How is the team doing? How has the past 3 games been on the kind of mental and physicality of this team?
Yeah, the first time that we've had 3 games in a week this season, and we know that that's coming up here. The games are going to start piling on top of each other, which is good. We've had enough practice time, and the girls are ready to compete and play games. So we got off to a good start there with the West Central and Ponca games, and obviously we did not play as well as we wanted to against Crofton. And a lot of credit to Crofton in the way that they play, and they took us out of some of the stuff we wanted to do. So good conversation. We had a good meeting with the girls Monday before practice and got a good practice in, and now the best way sometimes to kind of get that taste out of your mouth is just play again. And we're fortunate to be back at home and get to play again against a really good Tri-Valley team and hopefully play better here tonight.
As a coach, what's your biggest takeaway from the Crofton Warriors, knowing that you're going to see more teams? T area is going to see that film, if you will. Sioux Falls Christian's going to see that. They're going to maybe game plan a little bit more on how to attack your squad. How do you make those adjustments and get ready for those big matchups later on this season, knowing big games like Crofton are going to still be coming up?
I think the biggest thing is what we talked about with the girls is getting yourself mentally prepared to play. And when you play those really good teams, you got to be ready and expect to play well. And I thought we came out in the first quarter on our heels. We were unsure of ourselves for whatever reason. You could see Crofton's a very confident team. And when you don't play with the confidence that you need to against those teams, you're going to get beat. And we kind of told the girls in the first 4 minutes of the first quarter, we got outscored 10-2. And in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, come out of halftime, we got outscored 15-4. And to me, that just shows that we were not ready. At the beginning of the game, we were not ready coming out of halftime. And those are 2 big points of emphasis for us moving forward.
Well, now we do move forward. As you mentioned, it is the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Looking at film, the Mustangs come in 2-2. They do have played some bigger opponents. A 4-point loss against the Parkston Trojans, who a team is undefeated. Of course, they play T area on Thursday, lost by over 20 in that game. Otherwise, they probably won more of games against the good Garrettson team, a 1-point victory. Otherwise, destroyed a Madison team who has yet to win a basketball game. Looking at film, what should we expect from the Mustangs?
Well, your typical DAC-12 opponent. They start with 3 kids, 5'10" and taller, very physical inside, and then they have first-team all-conference guard Lauren Grindy back at their point guard. She's one of the best guards we'll see all season. She is very, very good, left-handed, explosive, has been playing since her 8th grade year, shoots the 3 and gets to the hoop probably better than anybody in the conference. So they are well-balanced. 3 returning starters off last year's team that was very good. Like you said, a really good win against a good Garrettson team. Lost to T and then lost a close one to a Parkson team who's really good this year. So Very, very tough opponent again here tonight. But that's, we'll see. I think our girls are ready to rebound and play well.
You talk about the girls getting ready to rebound and play well. Who do you expect? I mean, now that you've seen 4 games into the season, I think we can talk offensively. It has been balanced at points of basically any girl can run this offense. As you get closer to Christmas break, who would you like to step up tonight going against the Tri-Valley Mustangs?
We need, Taylor, Brooke, and Brooklyn to score for us. And that was one thing. We didn't shoot the ball well against Crofton, and they, we only had Chandler was the only kid in double figures, and that was the first time that's happened to us really this year. And I think the most a kid had after that was 6 points. So we need those 3 backs scoring the basketball. They got to be aggressive offensively. They got to get to their spots. They got to play with confidence. And like always, our defense has to take over. We got to pressure. We got to rotate. We got to rebound. We got to get back running in transition. All those things that make us good, we got to put it all together.
Coach, before I let you go, I want to focus on something not basketball related, but a part of your team, Brooklyn Voss. We know it was an exciting time for her. I remember at the beginning of the season, you and I even kind of talked off air what maybe her move might be. She made the announcement yesterday that she is going on to play volleyball for Briar Cliff out of the state of Iowa. How exciting is that to go see her play volleyball at the next level?
Yeah, Brooklyn, a lot of conversations had happened with her, and she was in the unique position that not many kids are in having to decide if she wanted to go volleyball or basketball. And just to have the opportunity to be able to play 2 sports in college, like I said, that doesn't happen very often. So that speaks to the type of athlete Brooklyn is. She's long, she's athletic, she's very good at both sports. And she decided to choose volleyball, which we're very happy for. She's a great volleyball player. I think she's going to fit Briar Cliff perfectly. She wants to go into education. They have a good education program. So everything just felt right for her. And that's the conversation I had with her yesterday. And we're going to talk a little bit more and really be able to dive into it over Christmas break. But obviously very happy for her. And she's a senior to kind of get that big decision out of the way. And now she can just kind of relax and hopefully continue to have a really good basketball season for us.
Once again, that is head coach John Brooks, and let's revisit that real quick before we get to our national anthem here. Very, very exciting to hear for Brooklyn Voss making that decision to go to play at the next level at Briar Cliff on volleyball. Again, there was that maybe decision she could play volleyball and basketball, or maybe she would go just with basketball, but is choosing to go with volleyball, and again, trying to continue her education to becoming a teacher at Briar Cliff as well. Very, very exciting. All right, it's time for our final commercial break. When we come back, it's time for our tip-off of game number 1 of our doubleheader between Vermillion and Tri-Valley. That is on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Well, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's time for some DAC 12 hoops here inside the birdcage between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Tri-Valley Mustangs. It's game number 1 of our doubleheader, which features the girls' action. So let's meet our starting 5 for both the Vermillion Tanagers and the Tri-Valley Mustangs. The Mustangs to roll out, including number 4, Maddie Hugh, the 5'6" sophomore guard. After that, it'll be number 14, Lauren Grindy, the 5'6" senior guard. Can't forget about number 10, Hillary Hastings, the 5'9" senior forward. Also, number 20, Julia Molosky, the 5'7" guard. And finally, number 20, Abigail Wagner, the 5'8" junior center for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. For the Vermillion Tanagers, it is the same starting 5 that we have seen all season. It includes number 11, Taylor Roovers, who is averaging double digits so far this season. Brooklyn Voss, number 21, who is the commit to Briar Cliff to play volleyball at the next level. Again, congratulations to her on making that decision just yesterday. After that, it'll be number 22, Janaea Cleveland, who is the defensive specialist, if you will, for the Vermillion Tanagers. Number 25, Chandler Cleveland, who is leading the team and scoring so far this season. And finally, number 33, Brooke Jensen, the commit to Augustana in a couple of years to play basketball. And that is your starting 5 for both the Vermillion Tanagers and the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Cole Large, this is all important about bouncing back for the Vermillion girls, and not just bouncing back, but doing it in a good way for tonight.
Yeah, you kind of want to take care of business. I mean, you came out, did not have a great offensive performance, especially in that first quarter, but there's a lot of good things to build off of after that loss. I mean, at one point they attempted a comeback, but they just couldn't get it close enough. So work on what you worked on, maybe try and switch up some defenses when you need to. Yeah, like you said, it's really important to come back strong after that loss, just to make sure to put it in everybody's minds, not only teams that you're going to be playing in the future, but also media members like, hey, that was just one game. We're a completely different team than that. We can play better than that. Come out, take care of business tonight, and show everybody who you are.
Vermillion is trying to repeat as DAC 12 champions as well. You may remember they went 10-0 last year. So far this season, they are 2-0, and again, 3-1 overall. The only loss coming on Saturday against number 1, Crofton, out of Class C2 in the state of Nebraska. All right, it's time for tip-off between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Tri-Valley Mustangs. The Mustangs are in their maroon uniforms with numbers and letters that are in the tinted gray, outlined in white. The Vermillion Tanagers in their white uniforms, numbers and letters that are in red, outlined in black. This is the second home game for the Vermillion girls. You may remember, coming up in game number 2 of our doubleheader, the Vermillion boys will play their true first home game of the season. It is meeting in the center there, Madeline Wenzel and Brooklyn Voss. And the opening tap is won by the Vermillion Tanagers, and we are underway with Taylor Roovers with the bounce pass to Chandler Cleveland. Again, the leading scorer for the Vermillion Tanagers, who put up 14 points in the third quarter on Saturday. Deep 3 from Roovers is off the mark, and it's going to be rebounded by Wenzel. It is a good crowd on hand tonight. This is the final game before Christmas break for both of these teams. Corner 3 is off the mark. Fight for the rebound, and it will come down as Maddie Hugh and Roovers, both girls undersized on the court, are matched up with each other, and certainly going to be an interesting dynamic between those two. Brooklyn Voss, again, the recent commit in volleyball, has it near side. They kick it over to Roovers, trying to get it underneath to Voss. Lost it for a moment, gets it back, kicks back out to Roovers, to Janaea Cleveland, down inside to Brooke Jensen, at the block, inside to Janaea Cleveland, up and good, and Janaea has the first 2 points of the ball game, and the Vermillion Tanagers lead it 2-0 a minute into this game, and now the full court press is on, and Janaea Cleveland gets the jump ball called. It will stay, though, with the Mustangs. So the Mustangs have it here in the backcourt. 2-0, 6:55 first quarter. Hugh almost lost it, now has to get it stolen away from Janaea Cleveland. Janaea picks up 2 points in the basketball game and also a steal already, basically in the first minute 15. Roovers makes her drive inside, kick out to Voss. The deep 19-foot jumper is off the mark, but it's an offensive rebound by Brooke Jensen. Kick around the horn once again, drive in by Brooklyn Voss as she splits the double team too strong, almost the rebound, and I don't know if she got hit in the tongue. I think she did. Janaea Cleveland had her tongue out, and someone hit it with their hand. She wipes her tongue off, and it will be inbound for the Vermillion Tanagers with a fresh shot clock as well. Kick it deep to Roovers as Vermillion will reset offensively. Tri-Valley has held it less than 25 seconds so far here in the ball game. 3 from Chandler Cleveland is off the mark. Offensive rebound, and Vermillion leaves the putback short with Brooke Jensen. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Tri-Valley basketball. Cole, for as long as Vermillion has had it here in this opening quarter, this is not good, only to be leading 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, they've seen quite a few opportunities that I think they've been kind of complacent on passing on. They want to try and get their teammates to score, but at some point you just got to put the ball in the hoop yourself.
Roovers drives, splits by the double team, and she scores. Taylor Roovers, her first points of the basketball game, and Vermillion leads 4-0. Again, the press is on in the backcourt, and Roovers tips, deflects. Mustangs still have it, and now a timeout called from head coach Dan Jewett. He had 3 seconds to get it across the timeline, but again, called the timeout before using his first timeout of the basketball game, which gets us a chance to get back to our Christmas trivia. Cole is an impressive 3 of 3 so far, so let's see how well he can do with, I guess, our 4th question. Cole, here it is. What are you supposed to do when you find yourself under the mistletoe?
Kiss somebody.
If you put those lips up to me, I will punch you.
Well, there's not a mistletoe here, so you're good.
Cole is 4-4 on our Christmas trivia so far.
You're dang right I am. I'm keeping track of that, too.
We'll get into some harder Christmas trivia coming up. Stick around.
Oh, gosh.
4-0, 5:48, first quarter. Tri-Valley has used their first of 5 timeouts. Still in the backcourt, they finally get it in the front court where they have really not had it so far in the ball game. It's Hastings. Kick it back out to Hugh. Back to Hastings. Right-handed dribble. So they kick it around the horn. Back to Hugh, trying to make her drive along baseline. Nothing doing. To Grindy. Grindy playing since an 8th grader. Almost lost it. It's going to be a shot clock violation. So the Mustangs have had it for a couple possessions now, have missed a shot, and now a shot clock violation. Almost 3 minutes into the ball game, have only put up 1 shot so far compared to Vermillion's 6 shots so far, where Vermillion is shooting 2 of 6 from the field. Roovers the drive, the kick out to Voss, 3-pointer, good! Brooklyn Voss, first 3-pointer of the ball game, and Vermillion now leads it 7-0. 3 minutes in the ball game. Try to get it to Abigail up in the front court. She could never come down with it. Turnover. Quickly up to Brooke Jensen. Picks up her dribble inside to the cutting Chandler Cleveland. Misses. Tries to get the offensive rebound. A foul is called. Chandler knows she should have had that one. The foul coming against Maddie Hugh. No, excuse me. It will be against number 12, which is Wenzel, picking up her first personal. And that first personal, first team foul. Inbound, Brooke Jensen misses the quick shot. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Pass in the front court is stolen away by the Vermillion Tanagers. It's Roovers, baseline drive. Kick out, straight away 3 for Janaea Cleveland. Good! Janaea Cleveland, 5 points in the ball game. 10-0. Vermillion leads over the Vermillion Tanagers. Tri-Valley trying to get, now it's a 3-on-1. Hugh will drive in off the glass and misses. Oh, she had a good look at it, but just too strong off the glass. Hit out the front of the iron and couldn't fall for the Mustangs. And we'll see a substitution as Abigail will come out and check it in. It will be Haley Sorensen, the sophomore forward. And also, Elizabeth Davey will check into the ball game for the Tri-Valley Mustangs, replacing Hugh on the court. 10-0, halfway through the first quarter, Vermillion leads. Roovers, right to left-handed dribble, kicks it to Voss. Pump fake now into Brooke Jensen. Wide open jumper for her and knocks it down. Brooke Jensen, her first 2 points, and now a timeout called by Dan Jewett. And he's going to use his second 30-second timeout of the ball game. So we're back in 30 seconds here on Live Ticket TV. Welcome back.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. 12-0, the Vermillion Tanagers lead it over the Tri-Valley Mustangs. As we get back into action, Dan Jewett, the head coach for the Tri-Valley Mustangs, has already used 2 of his 5 timeouts. So he has 3 full remaining. The drive, kick back out, deep 3 for Davey is off the mark. Here comes the Tanagers in the front court, 3 by Voss. This one is off the mark, goes into the corner. She is going to save it. Just lifted it to Ruvers. To the top with Jensen straight away. Good! Third 3 of the ball game. She has 5 points. Now, Cole.
Yep.
Is Dan Jewett aware that he only has 5 timeouts in the ball game?
Well, you can't save them for the next game, so you might as well use them, right?
What are we talking about at this point?
Well, down 15-0, there's a lot of things you can talk about here from the defensive end.
He has used more timeout time, if you will, now than they've had the ball offensively. I'm not for sure what the conversation is at this point.
That's what we could be talking about the timeout here, Heath.
Well, we got to get you into another trivia question. You're 4-4 so far for Christmas. So let's make it tough on you. Which country started the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree? I will give you a little bit of a help here. It's a European country.
Yeah, that really narrows it down for me, Heath.
Well, it gives you from about, 210 countries down to 48 countries. So, I mean, I took off 3/4 the map almost for you. You're welcome. Now, granted, some of those other countries do not believe in Christianity.
Right, that's what I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to.
We'll let you think a little bit longer as we resume action. We'll get back into that trivia question. Cole is trying to remain perfect so far. And the quick transition finally works. Wenzel off the glass and good for 2. First points for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. It's 15-2. 2:50 first quarter. It's over to Janaea Cleveland. Back out as they swing it around the perimeter. Ruvers, the drive down to the block, has her shot blocked away. Blocked away a second time as she got it back. And here come the Tri-Valley Mustangs as cherry picking down in front was Davey there, but couldn't take advantage of. Back out to Hugh. 3-pointer is good. And Maddie Hugh has her first bucket. It's a modest 5-0 run by the Tri-Valley Mustangs. It's 15-5, 2:15 first quarter. Brooke Jensen swings it over to Janaea Cleveland. Back inside to Cleveland to now to Brooklyn Voss. Jumper for her is off the mark and rebounded by the Mustangs. And it's going to be stolen away by Ruvers. Try to get it to Janaea Cleveland, and Hugh knocks it out of bounds. It will be Vermillion basketball. The country, one more hint for you, starts with a G.
I mean, is it Germany? Is it too obvious?
There you go.
That's the only European country I can think of. I'll give myself a half point.
Now, don't forget about Gibraltar there. If you're talking about European countries that start with a G, they might find that a little disrespectful there. Barta hits a 3. Vermillion has now hit 4 threes in this quarter alone. They lead at 18-5, and then a travel by the Tri-Valley Mustangs trying to get it into the front court. Gibraltar is found right below Spain, by the way, if you were curious.
Yeah, I know that. There's a strait named after him. Okay. It's basically a canal between 2 countries. Also, I think it's Gibraltar, but whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, I've always called it that, so fair enough. See, look at you, Cole. You know your history just fine.
I can credit that to a really good history teacher.
18-5, 96 seconds remaining here in the ball game.
That's him right there. One of the assistant coaches for the MVP Titans.
So you have that pulled up on your iPad next to you. Janaea Cleveland tried to get it into Roovers behind her and will go out of bounds. So after seeing 4 points put up by the Vermillion Tanagers against Crofton on Saturday inside the SCSC, they now lead it by 13 against Tri-Valley here in the first 95 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Ball is tipped, goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Mustangs. And Cole, along with this press that Vermillion is putting on Tri-Valley, and now they're going to correct it and say a foul that will go against Barta for the Tanagers. What I was going to say there is Tri-Valley looks gassed as well, just trying to get the ball into front court.
Yeah, they do, and like you said, I think it's attributed to how fast they've been trying to play, mainly defensively, trying to just move around in their zone against this Vermillion offense, plus Vermillion's press really speeding things up for them.
A missed three. Tri-Valley did get it back, but it did not reset the shot clock. The drive and a foul is called, and it will go against Barta, so she now picks up her second personal off the bench and the second team foul, so now Chandler Cleveland is going to have to come back in. As Barta has come off the bench, hit a three-pointer already. 2 free throws, and the first one is up and good. That time for Davy. Elizabeth Davy has her first point of the basketball game, and the Tri-Valley Mustangs are also 1 of 1 so far while shooting free throws. Second free throw, this one is good as well. 2 of 2.
Yeah, Barta getting into early foul trouble. It's really tough on Vermillion because in that last game against Crofton, they only went 6 deep in their whole roster, and Barta was the only one to come off the bench.
Pass out of bounds. By the way, it was 15-0 at one point in this game. Tanagers do lead it by 11, but Tri-Valley is on a 7-3 run to try to get them back in this game, and now a turnover in... No, they say off Janaea Cleveland. I don't think she touched that. I think it was last touched by Grindy, the senior, but they are going to keep it with the Mustangs. However, still in the backcourt. So to inbound, get to Abigail, right back to Grindy, still in the backcourt. They have 3 seconds to get across the timeline. Finally do with Hastings. Davy trying to get it over to the near side, work it back to the far corner, right from the student section. Grindy drives in, puts up the jumper, and it's good. Lauren Grindy has her first 2 points, 18-9. 9-point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. Shot clock is off, and Vermillion will hold for the last second shot. It's been balanced scoring. 2 girls tied for 5 points apiece for the Vermillion Tanagers. Roovers trying to get by. Still Roovers. Puts up a difficult shot. Can't get the fall. Fight for the rebound. Picked up by the Mustangs. And Sorensen up to Grindy. And Grindy will not get the final second shot off. And that is the end of the first quarter with the Vermillion Tanagers a 9-point lead. As we head to quarter number 2. 18-9 the second quarter. It's on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. More Christmas trivia coming up with Cole Larsh. You can play along at home as well. We'll get a little bit harder as we move throughout the night. Now, if you're just tuning in, Cole is a perfect 5 of 5. The fifth one, though, we did give him a little bit of a hint to help him get to that point. To start off, the second quarter, missed 3 by Roovers, offensive rebound, missed by Brooke Jensen. And again, the Mustangs, after using 3 timeouts in quarter number 1, since using the third timeout, have gone on a 9-3 run over the Vermillion Tanagers. Straightaway 3 is off the mark that time for Wenzel. And here come the Vermillion Tanagers. Vermillion has had plenty of looks, Cole, in that opening quarter, and even to start the second, they just got to start finishing their shots off. I feel like that's kind of where they're missing it at so far.
Yeah, and one of the big things, too, just looking down at my stats, Vermillion 5 offensive rebounds. I can't imagine they have too many points off those direct rebounds, though. Just got to finish those short shots.
Roovers inside, good for 2. She has 4 points in the ball game, and you mentioned inside the perimeter, Cole, with that shot now. Only 8 of the 20 points. Otherwise, Vermillion has shot decent from beyond the three-point line in quarter number 1. And now a steal, a quick pass to Roovers as she just wasn't ready for it from Brooke Jensen. And then a reach-in foul against Roovers, picking up her first personal and the first team foul of the quarter.
Yeah, that's one thing, too, that Vermillion's going to have to stay away from, not only this game, but in the rest of the games in the future, is you were already kind of short-benched, if you might will, if you say only going 6-7 deep. But now, with Barta sitting on the bench with 2, you can't afford to have any of your starters get in foul trouble.
A corner 3 is off the mark, rebounded by the Mustangs, who have been pesky so far here in this game. Trailing, but still alive. Down by 11. This shot inside. Quickly in the front court, Brooke Jensen just thought about shooting the 3. Decides to go over Brooklyn. She'll shoot the 3. It's an air ball, but saved underneath by Chandler Cleveland and then goes out of bounds. It's back-to-back possessions now. Vermillion has had a chance at a second opportunity, if you will, and then a turnover. It was Brooke Jensen who saved one from going out of bounds and went right off for Roovers. And then that one out of bounds. Still in the backcourt for the Mustangs. They have 4 seconds to get it across the timeline. Grindy throws one up, and it's going to be turned over. It's to Roovers underneath. Inside to Brooke Jensen. 3 girls on her. She didn't kick back out with a couple wide open options. Chandler Cleveland picks up her dribble. Finds now Roovers. Over to Brooke Jensen. Jensen trying to get underneath, tipped away by the Tri-Valley Mustangs, and then stepping out of bounds was Hugh. And Cole, the second quarter theme so far for the Vermillion Tanagers can be forcing things when they don't need to.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm not sure if it's what they're trying to do with breaking the zone or just maybe the pass is just a touch too late. I think that's probably what the biggest thing's been going on is the players have been open, but they're just throwing a pass too late, or if you get doubled or triple teamed, especially in the zone, somebody's got to be wide open.
Janaea Cleveland gets it over to Jensen. Back to the top, Vermillion goes. As you mentioned, playing that 2-3 zone, the Tri-Valley Mustangs are. Bounce pass inside to Roovers. Has to get it back to Janaea Cleveland. Picks up her dribble to Cleveland. Jumper for twin sister Chandler is good. And now all starters have scored for the Vermillion Tanagers. Again, a couple girls at 5. Chandler the steal, Chandler the jumper is off the mark, and it's going to be rebounded by Davy. Davy picks up her dribble. 22-9, 4:41 second quarter. Finally, Hillary Hastings has it. Pass over to Davy. She loses it and saves it right to Roovers. Roovers will attack the defense, count the bucket, and an and-one opportunity as Roovers hits, and she's headed to the free throw line. Taylor Roovers, 6 points now here in the ball game. The foul against Davey picking up her first personal and the first team foul of this quarter. And the free throw is good. So Taylor Roovers now with 7 points. And not even at halftime yet. She's also now the leading scorer for the Vermillion Tanagers with their 5 points in this quarter. Another turnover. Cole, I believe that's turnover number 12 or 13 of the night for the Tri-Valley Mustangs.
Yeah, that's one thing on my stat sheet I don't keep track of because there's been a couple games so far this year that I just have to give up on keeping track of. There's been so many.
25-9. Again, at one point, Tri-Valley was on a 9-3 run. Down, trying to get to Chandler Cleveland's tip to Brooke Jensen. Wide open jumper for her. 7 points down for her in the ball game. 27-9. All of a sudden, Vermillion has opened this one back up. Now leading it by 18. Their biggest lead of the ball game. Up to Hillary Hastings. Maddie Hugh in the corner. Back to Grindy. The drive and puts up the shot. She's fouled by Roovers. So Barta and Roovers combined have picked up all 4 fouls on the Vermillion Tanagers. Coach John Brooks at the moment is going to leave her out there. First free throw is off the mark for Lauren Grindy, who does have 2 points here in the ball game. Second free throw, this one is good. 3 of 4. The Mustangs from the free throw line. 27-10. Chandler Cleveland, the quick jumper, misses everything, but Barta gets it back and she just checked in. And Barta with 5 points off the bench. She replaces Brooklyn Voss, by the way. Roovers is still out there. So right now, Vermillion does have 2 girls with 2 fouls. Hugh to the top, straight away. That one didn't get any close. I think it took a deflection on its way through. Grindy, now to Sorensen, back to Grindy, 18 seconds to the shot clock, back out, 3-pointer, this one off the mark, and it's going to be a rebounding foul that will go against Lauren Grindy, picking up her first personal and the second team foul of the quarter. 29-10, 3:21. Great to have you along here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. If you haven't subscribed so far, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification so you can always know when we have games going on. And you can catch all the action of the Vermillion Tanagers. Janaea Cleveland has it to the top with Roovers. Down underneath to Chandler Cleveland. She got a little bit of space, and Chandler Cleveland good. She has 4 points here in the quarter. 31-10, 21-point lead. Biggest lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. Sorensen, the 3-pointer. Shot is off the mark. Back to Sorensen, though, with the offensive rebound, which was collected by Wenzel. She has 4 in the ball game. Thank you, Cole Larsh, for that stat. Sorensen to Hugh, shoots the 3. This one's off the mark. Rebounded by Roovers. With 2:28 remaining here in this first half. Deflected pass and stolen away by Wenzel. Here comes Hugh the opposite direction for the Maroon Mustangs. 3-pointer for Grindy is off the mark and good. Or excuse me, off the glass and is what I meant to say and good. Can't be off the mark and make the 3-pointer. And a timeout for the Vermillion Tanagers. We'll step aside and take the timeout with them. We're back in 30 seconds here on Live Ticket TV.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. So far, Cole is 5 of 5 on Christmas trivia tonight, and he has really hit his Christmas movie trivia. So let's keep with it, Cole, and get you to 6 of 6 here on the evening. What was, or what is, I should say, the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time?
I hope if my microphone was on. There we go.
Well, you just said, oh boy, so I mean, we haven't missed anything yet.
True. Oh, man. What in the world would that be?
There's a lot of Christmas movies.
There is a lot of options. There's also some, we could get in some debate about what you consider a Christmas movie, too.
It is not Die Hard, so don't put that one.
Okay, yep. That's good to know.
I'll give that to you as a Christmas movie, by the way. Chandler Cleveland has it. We'll let you also think about that question. If you want to chime in, by the way, in the comments, you can as well. Subscribe to the YouTube. And if you have a guess, make sure you go ahead and put it out there on the comments as well. Cole's going to keep thinking about it.
I definitely won't cheat and look at the comments. Wink, wink.
Who says they're right, though? Hugh, the three-pointer. This one is off the mark. Rebounded by Chandler Cleveland.
That's the risk I got to take, I guess.
95 seconds remaining here in the ball game, and 95 seconds till we get to Cole's answer. The shot is off the mark for Chandler Cleveland underneath. Vermillion has had plenty of opportunities in the paint, but shooting under 50% so far within that area. Another corner three. Speaking of a lot of shots, a lot of three-pointers have been missed so far for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. They'll huck up another one, and another one that is off the mark. They're trying to live and die by the three, and so far it's not worked. Quickly off the glass, transition, great assist from Brooke Jensen. Chandler Cleveland now has 6 points in the ball game. Very balanced scoring for the Vermillion Tanagers as they lead by 20 with now under a minute remaining here in this first half. Off to the wing. Wing to wing they move. To the top straight away. Three-pointer is off the mark for Sorensen. Rebounded by Roovers. 1 second separates the shot clock from the game clock. To Barta inside. The runner is off the mark. So Tri-Valley can hold for a last second shot, but they're trying to go quickly. Davies trying to get the bounce pass. Back out, it's lost to Roovers at the elbow. Drive in, gets it to go. Roovers now with 9 points. 35-13, final 3 seconds. Wenzel's not going to put up a shot. The ball is going to go out of bounds, and it will end the first half with Vermillion a 22-point lead. 35-13. Before we go to halftime, let's get to our Christmas trivia. Cole is trying to remain a perfect 6 of 6 so far this evening. Cole, I will give you a little bit of a hint.
Okay, I just want to say, before you say the hint, I've got a guess.
Okay.
Okay.
What was the highest, or what is the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time? My hint is, you've seen this movie plenty of times. You still see it on TV to this day. It is not an older movie, if you will, of kind of like Miracle on 34th Street.
All right.
It's happened within the past 30 years. How about actually might be right around that kind of age mark, if you will.
Right around that, oh boy. And my guess was, it's not going to be what I thought it was, but I'm going to guess it anyway. I got to guess Elf. I don't think it's right, but I'm guessing it.
It's not Elf.
Okay, that was my guess.
Home Alone.
Oh my gosh.
Home Alone.
I should have known that.
Elf was a good guess. I would have guessed Elf. Of course, the answer was right in front of my face. So,
shoot. We're 5 for 6.
5 of 6. We have plenty more coming up. 35-13 as we head to halftime break. When we come back and look at our first half statistics, that is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to three, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. $35-13 at halftime between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Tri-Valley Mustangs in a doubleheader in DAC 12 action. Along with our producer Cole Larsh and our color man for this evening. We've been talking Christmas trivia so far. Let's get behind the broadcast here a little bit more. Cole, what is the family tradition when it comes to either Christmas or Christmas Eve? Is there any family tradition that has happened in the Larsh family household with the four of you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Every year we go out to my grandparents' house. They live now in Del Rapids. Go out there Christmas Eve, go to church Christmas Eve. Then we have our big family the mom's side of my family.
Okay.
Christmas Eve dinner and presents and all that. Christmas Eve night. And then everybody leaves and we stay over. And then we wake up Christmas morning and have a big breakfast, open some more gifts, then head back home and spend the rest of the day usually with just the four of us, or invite my other grandparents over, or So Christmas Eve is the big day for us.
No, I agree. I feel like we're the same way. Of course, with my mom being a minister, if you will, she has usually some type of obligation on Christmas. So Christmas Eve is also, of course, right after Christmas Eve service is over with. We have the soup. We always do soup. Oyster soup is one of the big ones. Usually some kind of cheese soup is mixed in there as well. And then we always watch It's a Wonderful Life. That's always the movie we have to watch every Christmas Eve. So a little bit of tradition. I know exactly what you're talking about. Don't do anything like you do anymore. Unfortunately, on my family side, I do happen to be the youngest of all the grandkids. My parents also happen to be the youngest in their family, so I no longer have any grandparents to go to anymore, as you know how life turns. Cole, let's take a look at the first half statistics. Here in this opening half, we see 35 points from Vermillion Tanagers, but very spread out between the teams.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we'll get to that in a second. First, we'll start off with Tri-Valley and their 13 points. They were led in scoring by Lauren Grindy. She had 6 points and a steal to cap off her stats, and we'll go through the rest of them as we see it by their number on their roster. Jaden McMillan checked in there late in that second quarter, got an offensive rebound. Elizabeth Davey, 2 points, a board, and assist. Maddie Hugh, 3 points and 2 rebounds, and a steal and 2 blocks, which were within the span of about 3 seconds, if I remember correctly. Madeline Wenzel, 2 points, 5 rebounds, and a steal. And then obviously, like we said, Lauren Grindy, 6 points. Haley Sorensen, 3 rebounds and an assist. Tri-Valley scores 9 in the first quarter and 4 in the second for their total of 13 points. Now for the Vermillion Tanagers, like Heath alluded to, very balanced scoring. Tanagers are led by Taylor Roovers, 9 points. We'll get to the rest of the stats now as we see it numerically by roster. Talia Barta, 5 points, 2 rebounds. Taylor Roovers had those 9 points, as well as 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Brooklyn Voss, a 3-pointer, 4 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Janaea Cleveland, 5 points, a rebound, 3 assists, and a steal. Chandler Cleveland, 6 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, and a block. And Brooke Jensen, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. So the points 9, 7, 6, 5, 5, 3. Pretty balanced scoring. Vermillion, 18 in the first quarter and 17 in the second quarter. For their total of 35, as now the Tanagers come back out and take the court, getting ready for the second half. Heath.
Well, Cole, I know it's on the bottom of our screen there, as we can see kind of some scrolls that are going by. But before we get to that, I want to get to your Christmas trivia question.
Oh, gosh.
Of the half. I want you to start thinking about ghosts, okay? And the question is, how many ghosts show up in A Christmas Carol? Think about it, Cole. Now, Cole, think about it. That's all I'm going to tell you right now, okay? Is just think about it. Other games of interest in the Region 4A, Parkston is beating Parker 59-24 on the girls' side. Number 2, Sisseton is leading at halftime 40-18. In other action, Beersford is beating Sioux Valley in girls' action 27-18. And those are the only scores being reported at the moment. There is other games in the DAC 12, including Del Rapids takes on Garrettson. Elk Point Jefferson plays Viborg Hurley. And T Area, ranked number 3, does play Brookings. Also, Canton takes on Alcester Hudson. Dakota Valley takes on Cedar Catholic. Again, no points right now being scored. All right, Cole.
Okay.
For your question number 7, how many ghosts show up in A Christmas Carol?
Now, I can't say I've ever seen this film.
Okay, but it's a very well-known film, Cole.
Right, yes.
A very well-known film.
So if I recall correctly, it's 3. It's the Ghost of Christmas Past, the Ghost of Christmas Present, and the Ghost of Christmas Future.
Now, who scares, though, Ebenezer?
I couldn't tell you that one. That wasn't part of the question.
His former business partner, which shows up as a ghost, Cole.
Oh, gosh, so 4.
4.
Yeah, well.
I knew. I was trying to stress that one to you, Cole, was don't get
I thought you were alluding to something, but I'm like, all I could think of was 3. I don't think I've ever seen the film.
That's why I was trying to make sure, because I knew you were going to say the 3 ghosts, the 3 obvious ones.
Right, yeah.
But don't forget about his business partner that shows up in there.
Well, I've cooled off significantly, that's for sure. 4.5 out of 7 now.
4.5 out of 7. And that was another film question, Cole. I thought you might, you've been good on your film ones so far, but the last 2 have kind of tripped you up here a little bit. Well, we get set to start the second half as the Mustangs come back out and they're starting 5 with Grindy, Hastings, Hugh, Wagner, and Wenzel. Vermillion comes back out and they're starting 5 with Roovers, Voss, Cleveland, and Jensen. Again, no Tanager has hit double figures. Roovers does lead the way with 9 points. They do have a few girls that are getting close to double figures for the evening. To start the second half, we have switch sides. The Mustangs are now moving from right to left as you see it on your iPhone, your smartphone device, or on the big screen at home. As you celebrate this holiday season, we want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Vermillion's defense playing a 1-3-1 as this time the Mustangs work it inside to Hillary Hastings. It is her first points of the ball game, and it's 35-15. Tanagers have it with Janaea Cleveland. Over to Voss. Kick back out. 3-pointer for Brooke Jensen. This one is off the mark. Everyone looking around for the basketball. It's Maddie Hugh who pulls it down as they bring it across the timeline, the Mustangs. As that time, Vermillion was not bringing any pressure. Let the Mustangs bring it freely into the front court. Now controlled with Wenzel. Wenzel try to kick it back out, but it's going to be stolen away by Roovers. The fast break, using her right hand, gets it to go, and with that, Taylor Roovers, 11 points in the ball game, 37-15, 6:45, third quarter. First Tanager to hit double figures. Maddie Hugh, the running jumper, is off the mark. Rebounded by Chandler Cleveland, who continues to pad her stats so far this season. Roovers to Brooke Jensen. Back to Roovers over in the corner, right in front of the student section. That drives in. Shot is off the mark. I do believe it's also, and maybe it's just PJ theme. I thought it might be Christmas theme for the student section. Three-pointer is off the mark. Rebounded by the Mustangs and Hugh, as she gets it back to Hillary Hastings. To Hugh, back to the top with Hastings. They work it over to the near side. Trying to go back to the opposite direction, stolen away by Chandler Cleveland. Gets it to Janaea. Janaea across the timeline. Bounce pass into Brooke Jensen. Brooke Jensen hands it back to Roovers. Roovers inside to Jensen. Jensen double team, splits it, shoots the basketball off to the left, goes out of bounds on the fight for the rebound, and it will be Mustang basketball. 37-15. Each team has put up 2 points here in this third quarter, 5:42 mark of the third. Don't forget, doubleheader. The boys coming up after this game. It'll be the boys' first true home game. Pass to Grindy, goes through her fingertips, stolen away. The drive in by Chandler Cleveland, as she can't finish it off, but she is fouled, and she will head to the free throw line. It's the first team foul on the Tri-Valley Mustangs, the second one on Lauren Grindy. And here comes free throws. Vermillion is just 1 of 1 so far from the charity stripe. First free throw is up, and this one is good. So Chandler Cleveland now with 7 points. And the Tanagers 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Second free throw, this one is good as well. Quick substitution, as Sorensen will check back into the ball game, replacing Hillary Hastings for the Mustangs. Also checking into the basketball game, or a couple more substitutions now are going to be made, as it was Sorensen who checked in. Also, Julia Lowski checks in for the first time in the ball game. And that was just because the quick substitution that they had miscommunication on who was going to go in for who. So only 2 substitutions by the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Ball poked out of bounds by Chandler Cleveland. Along the baseline, it will be still with the Mustangs. Right underneath the hoop, Julia to inbound. Go right to Abigail, and she is going to be fouled as Janaea Cleveland lets out the "oh my gosh." But I'm not quite for sure if she did say gosh or maybe the other part. And Abigail Wagner will head to the free throw line, trying to get her first point of the evening. First free throw is up, and this one's off the mark. By the way, it's the first foul on Janaea Cleveland and the first team foul as well. 5:14, third quarter. Second free throw for Abigail Wagner is good. 4 of 6 are the Mustangs from the charity stripe. Controlled with Janaea Cleveland, trying to work it inside to Voss. It was lost and picked up by Brooke Jensen, as 2 Mustangs lost it. And Brooke Jensen scoops and scores. 41-16 now. 25-point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. A reach-in foul against Chandler Cleveland, picking up her first personal, the second team foul. 41-16, 4:45, third quarter. Brooke Jensen, Chandler Cleveland come out. Maya Halverson and Barta will check in to ball game. Halverson's first action for Vermillion. Into lane, Sorensen forces up a shot, and a whistle is called. 2 free throws upcoming. Third team foul, and it's the first against Halverson. And it'll be Sorensen to shoot free throws. Sorensen has not scored in the ball game. First free throw is good, and it's her first point. Five of 7. Make it 6 of 8 are the Mustangs here in the ball game from the charity stripe. 41-18. Keep a track at home. 1/3 of their points have come from the charity stripe. Janaea Cleveland back to the top. with Roovers. Over to Halverson. Halverson bounce pass, trying to get to Barta, and it's turned over. Quickly the opposite way, Hugh. Dribbles back out. She thought about going to Sorensen. Will now go to Grindy. Grindy up against Roovers. Tough shot, off the mark. Rebounded by Vermillion as a couple girls hit the hardwood. Janaea Cleveland into the front court. Now with Voss. Voss pump fakes one way, drives in, loses it out of bounds, and it will be Mustang basketball. 3:54, third quarter, 41-18. Again, Vermillion with Chandler Cleveland and Brooke Jensen on the bench. Don't forget, game number 2 of our doubleheader, boys action, coming up after this, the first true home game of the season for the Vermillion Tanagers. Janaea Cleveland gets the steal and tries to get to Barta as she goes up with a shot, fouled, and Grindy will pick up her third personal, the second team foul, and Barta will be shooting free throws where Vermillion is a perfect 1,000. On the night, 3 of 3 from the charity stripe. First free throw for Barta is off the mark.
I also believe Grindy got a little bit of a warning there after that foul. A little verbal warning from the refs saying, hey, you can clap your hands and be frustrated, but don't scream expletives.
Second free throw is off the mark as Barta misses both of them. 41-18, 3:33, third quarter. Vermillion has this one right now well in hand. Abigail trying to get the scoop layup, and it's going to be blocked out of bounds by Brooklyn Voss as Abigail tried to go through 2 different Tanagers. Julia to inbound. Looking. Bounce pass. Knocked away. I thought it last touched Davy, but it's Roovers who knocked it out of bounds. Into Hugh. Picks up her pass. Or I should say dribble, and gets it over the pass to Davy. To Sorensen. Pump fake by Hugh. Around the perimeter, Sorensen shoots the 3, and it rattles home. Sorensen now 5 points in the quarter. And she's got all of her points in this quarter, 41-21. Pass by Halverson is tipped and stolen away by the Mustangs. Quickly the opposite direction. Pass deflected by Barta and turned over. Roovers baseline to the top. Janaea Cleveland straightaway 3. Good! Janaea Cleveland. Her second 3 of the ball game. She has 8 points. Has yet to hit double figures so far in a game this season, Janaea Cleveland, but she's 2 away. Now the ball goes out of bounds. They say last touch by the Mustangs, and it'll be Brooklyn Voss and Halverson that will come out. Brooke Jensen and Chandler Cleveland check back in. Roovers across the Tanager logo. To Brooke Jensen. Some open space for her. Takes the easy jumper. And Brooke Jensen with that now has 11 points here in the ballgame. 46-21. Vermillion back up by 25. Hugh gets around a couple defenders. Over to Sorensen. Sorensen kicks to Julia. Davy picks up her dribble to the elbow. Kick back out. Trying to get some space underneath. Bounce pass to Sorensen off the glass and good for 2. Cole Sorensen's taken over in this. She now has 7 points in the quarter.
Yeah, it's one of those things where she's taking her open shots. She's drawing fouls when she's down low and getting some good offensive output.
And with that, Chandler Cleveland transition the opposite way, gets 10 points for her the ball game, and now 3 different Tanagers have hit double figures for the night. And it is the 3 that are averaging double figures so far this season. Roovers, almost a pass that was stolen away. Over to Janaea Cleveland. Bounce pass down to her sister, Chandler, off the glass. Chandler with 12, 6 in the second, and now 6 in the third. She did not score in that first quarter, and Vermillion is now up by 27, which is their biggest lead of the ball game. Julia has it, low pass. To the top they go. the drive in and try to force something. It's going to go out of bounds. That time was Jada McMillan. Quick substitution, Sorensen out, and it will be checking back in, Madeline Wenzel. Best of luck, Coach.
I don't think he heard you.
I know, he definitely did. The door was well closed as Coach Jay Drake, Coach Budmeyer as well over in the corner, all headed to the locker room to get set for the boys game that again is coming up about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Travel by Hugh, it'll be a turnover, Tanager basketball. Barta to inbound. Again, Vermillion leads it by 27, their biggest lead here of the ball game. Brooke Jensen trying to get it up to Janaea Cleveland. The ball will be out of bounds. They say a last touch by Hugh, who had a chance of saving it. I think she thought it was last touch by Janaea Cleveland. 46 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Brooke Jensen will inbound it to Janaea. Trying to get it back to Janaea. The forced pass by Brooke Jensen. This one is turned over. 5 seconds that separate the shot clock from the game clock. So the Mustangs cannot hold for the last second shot, but can certainly milk some of this clock, but they're just trying to get some points right now. McMillan forces something up and a foul is called, and she'll head to the free throw line as Vermillion picks up their 4th team foul. And the foul is called on Janaea Cleveland, picking up now her 2nd personal. McMillan for his free throw. McMillan. Free throws off the mark. Second free throw is good. The Mustangs 70% from the charity stripe, 7 of 10 so far. McMillan has her first point in the ball game. Scribble out that, scribble out that.
She's got 3.
She's got 3 in the ball game.
Yep.
What other quarter did she score in?
This one.
I missed it.
No.
Halverson picks it up to Janaea. Janaea at the top of the key has it. Bounce pass to Halverson with 1 second. Puts up the shot. And I think we got a foul before the shot.
Yep, so we're going to shoot 2 uncontested free throws here.
And McMillan will pick up the foul to end the quarter. 3rd team foul. And these will reset as Halverson will shoot free throws, and the first one is good. And it's Halverson who has scored. So now all Tanagers who have played tonight have scored. Vermillion is shooting 4 of 6. Make it 4 of 7 from the charity stripe. We move to the 4th quarter. It's well in hand for the Vermillion Tanagers as they lead it by 27, 51-24. The 4th quarter comes up here in just a moment on Live Ticket TV.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Cole, how many points does McMillan have?
Jaden McMillan has 1 point, not 3, because Tri-Valley has 24 points, not 26.
I'm bad at keeping stats, but I feel like my scoring is like one good stat I'm decent at. Brooke Jensen hit a jumper while you're looking down. And with that, she now has, Cole, how many points in the ball game?
13.
Yeah, they were on the same page. 53-24.
It took me 5 games in to be wrong on a stat, just for your information.
I'll take it. The drive by Grindy, this one's way off the mark. She put up her shot, rebounded by Roovers across the Tanager logo. Roovers kick back out to Voss, now to Brooke Jensen. She'll drive into the lane. Chandler Cleveland to Brooklyn Voss. Voss try to get it back to Roovers. Pass goes beyond her and out of bounds. 1 point away from the running clock. And the Vermillion Tanagers have done that to a few teams so far this season with their dominance. Again, Vermillion's only loss comes on Saturday against the #1 team in C2 from the state of Nebraska, the Crofton Warriors, which it's going to be exciting to watch that Crofton team. Good chance they're going to be playing for a state title, if you will. At Cole, where do they play them at?
Pinnacle Bank Arena, Lincoln, Nebraska.
There you go.
Been there.
Tough go for the Huskers, by the way, on the volleyball side.
Yeah, well, that'll happen. Only their second loss of the year, and they were second in the nation. Broke the women's world record for attendance. So they can hang their hat on a lot of different things that year.
Exciting. And speaking of, Brooke inside, get it back out to Chandler Cleveland. Well, I was going to say, though, that football team, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. Flipped a 5-star recruit from Georgia.
Roovers scores. She has 13 in the ball game.
But if you followed Nebraska football as closely as me and my dad do, we knew it was going to happen about 4 days before, but he didn't want to announce it while the volleyball team was still playing because he didn't want to take away from their moment.
That's pretty cool.
So.
Controlled drive. Roovers tried to get the clean block, but she commits the foul. Picking up now her 3rd personal and the first team foul. What? 1 5-star recruit, and they landed like 6, 7 4-star recruits offensively.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, offensive line, wide receivers, tight ends. Free throw is good for Davy, as she has 3 points in the ball game.
That's McMillan. She has 2.
Oh, that is McMillan. I saw the number wrong. Now I'm wrong. Second free throw is off the mark. Here come the Tanagers the opposite way, leading it by 30, 55-25. Jensen kicks back out to Roovers. Shot up, off the mark, rebounded by Wenzel. Hugh into the front court for the Mustangs, trailing by 30. Again, running clock. So the only time we'll see the clock stop is for timeouts, which technically won't even stop the clock at this moment, because those timeouts will just be for substitutions. Inside to Jensen. Should have been in there. We go. For a second, I did not think we were going to see a foul called. Do finally see it. And the foul called on Wenzel, picking up her 2nd personal and the first team foul. 55-25 for Brooke Jensen will shoot 2. She's got 13, 14 now in the ball game.
Yeah, the game in front of us, Heath, at one point this was 6-4 Sanborn Central Woonsocket.
And now it's 40.
It's now 48-11 the other way.
Wow. Both free throws are good. So Vermillion is now 6 of 9 from the charity stripe, up by 32, 57-25. Almost 4.5 remaining in the ball game. Grindy, the kick out. The drive by Hugh, the floater is off the mark. Rebounded by Roovers. Again, this was a Tri-Valley team that came into the ball game averaging at 50 points. And allowing 50 points a ball game, they have only scored 25 so far. Janaea Cleveland to the top with Brooklyn Voss. Inside to Brooke Jensen, off the glass and good for 2. Brooke Jensen, a season high now, 17 points. 59-25. Good bounce back game from her. She had a tough Saturday evening against the Crofton Warriors. 59-25. And again, 3 Tanagers have hit double figures. Another one is close to making it 4. Kick out to Abigail. She tries to get some space, picks up her dribble with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Pass is going to be deflected, and into the crowd it goes of the Vermillion Tanagers. Vermillion president Andy Meredith watches on. And now we see that substitution as the 5 stars will check out. Roovers will finish with 13. Voss will finish with just a 3-pointer in the ball game. Janaea Cleveland, 8 points. 12 points from Chandler Cleveland, and 17 from Brooke Jensen. And I don't think the Mustangs realize the shot clock didn't reset. Shot clock violation, and it will be Tanager basketball with the backup team out there. Barta and Halverson will get a little more playing time. 3 girls that join them out there: Baylor, Richardson, and Wallet for the Tanagers. Don't forget the boys' pregame show comes up, as we'll join with Coach Brandon and Coach Jay of both the Mustangs and the Tanagers respectively, coming up on the boys' pregame show as we get you set for that matchup. Barta has it. Drive. Kick over to Wallen. It's a deep 2 because her foot is on the line, but it will go in. And she has her first points of the ball game, 61-25. Grindy hands it off to Hillary Hastings. By the way, the Mustangs still out there with their starting 5 here at the moment. They have not brought on any of their second team, if you will. Abigail misses. Second opportunity, she's able to score. Abigail Wagner has 3 points in the ball game. 61-27. Barta over to Baylor. Baylor underneath to Halverson. Trying to get some space. Gets it back to Barta. Then she loses it. Then Grindy goes out of bounds with it. And Grindy just has struggled so far this evening against the Tanager defense, which is, of course, one of the best in the state. The reason why the Tanagers ranked number 5 in Class A, according to the media. Bounce pass into Halverson. Turnaround jumper off the mark. Under 90 seconds remaining here in the ball game. 61-27. Vermillion at the quarter mark of their season. And heading into the Christmas break, we'll move to 4-1 and also 3-0 in the DAC-12. The drive, kick out, corner 3 from Hugh is off the mark. Rebounded by Abigail. She tries to go back up with it, and a foul that will go against Richardson. And it will be 2 free throws upcoming for Abigail Wagner. Wagner is 1 of 4 from the charity stripe. First free throw is off the mark. 8 of 13, Tri-Valley Mustangs. Good free throw shooting. Second free throw, this one is off the mark as well. With 40 seconds remaining here in the ball game, 61-27. Wallen, and she stepped out of bounds. So we'll give it right back to the Tri-Valley Mustangs. It's the Mustangs will probably have it one final possession here. And again, the Vermillion Tanagers moving to 4-1 on the season. Tri-Valley dropping to 2-3 overall and dropping to 1-2 in the DAC-12. Grindy drives, kick back out to Hastings, 3-pointer off the mark. Rebounded by Julia, goes up with her shot. This one's off the mark, rebounded by Barta. She gets away from 2 defenders, but has it stolen away by Grindy. Grindy off the glass, can't get the fall, and that one's ball game 61-27. Again, for the Vermillion Tanagers, led in scoring by Brooke Jensen. She finishes with 17. Taylor Roovers with 13, and Chandler Cleveland finishes with 12. Vermillion 4-1 on the season, and 3-0 in the DAC-12. We're going to take a timeout break for just 60 seconds. When we come back, it's Coach Brandon Fertile of the Tri-Valley Mustangs. He is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Back here as we join into the boys' pregame show. The Vermillion Tanager girls get the win 61-27 over the Tri-Valley Mustangs. And now it's time for our doubleheader as the 3-1 Vermillion Tanagers take on the 2-2 Tri-Valley Mustangs. Earlier today, I got to catch up with head coach Brandon of the Tri-Valley Mustangs to talk about his team so far and being 2-2. And coming up yet here in the pregame show, we'll catch up with head coach Jay Drake of the Vermillion Tanagers. But right now, it's time for Coach Brandon of the Tri-Valley Mustangs to talk more about his season. Here he is on the boys' pregame show. Well, Coach, as you get ready to take on the Vermillion Tanagers, let's first talk about your season so far. Come into against Vermillion 1-3. Talk about the season so far. I know you've had some big teams that you've gone up against, including Parkston, T area, Madison. I mean, those 3 teams towards the top in Class A right now. How difficult has it been to open up the season with your schedule?
Yeah, it's not easy, but playing in the DAC 12, there really isn't an easy path. But it's been promising. We had T about tied at half. We had a chance to win the Madison game. It was a 2-point game, and we had the ball with 15 seconds left. So, each game we feel like we've been there. It's just about putting it together for 4 quarters right now.
Yeah, you talk about that Madison game, even a 46-43 loss. As your team builds, I know one thing you look at with your group of guys, this is a young team that also has a lot of experience. How has the gelling been with youth and also the experience with your team?
Well, I think the guys who are experienced have been great leaders so far, and some of our younger guys, we play a couple sophomores and a freshman a lot. I've just been talking to them about, any moment where you feel like you failed, learn from it and get better, and I think we've done that. So as long as we're learning from those mistakes, that's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, you talk about just learning from your mistakes in these first few weeks of basketball. That's what it's all about, getting your feet wet. And with those leaders that you've had with kind of the seniors, I know you got 4 seniors a part of your squad, including 3 starters. How much have you relied on those guys to really step up so far this season?
I rely on them, and I've expressed that to them and what I expect from them. They've been great, getting guys where they need to be, taking care of the big moments and bringing it defensively. And so it's been great to have those 3 starters back. And my 4th senior, Isaac, who comes off the bench, has filled a role that we need. So it's been really fun to see.
Well, now you get ready to take on the Vermillion Tanagers. I know you got a win first, though, against Garrett's in the first one of the season on Friday. How nice was that to finally get that win on the season?
It was great to see. We had a couple tough ones early that we lost, and I know the kids were itching to get that win. I was too, and just to see everything we've worked for finally result in a W was big for them. And we had some fun in the second half, and shots were falling, so it was a great night for us.
Well, the Vermillion Tanagers, as you mentioned, DAC 12 basketball. It seems like every time you go up against head coach Jay Drake, it seems like it's some type of dogfight with your group. It's always going to be a close game. What are you expecting tonight to see from the Vermillion Tanagers?
I'm expecting another dogfight. They play basketball the right way. They're super talented. Last year we were able to beat them at home. We were extremely focused defensively and hit some timely shots, and that's going to be huge for us again tonight. It's going to be a different environment going there. It's rowdy, and it's a really fun atmosphere to play in. We just got to handle that and we got to be ready to go defensively.
When you look at the Vermillion starting five, I see a lot of guys back from a year ago that you remember. Is there any one key player that you really want to focus on and make sure they don't have a big game? I know Bryson Skogsberg you've seen on film so far, and big arenas can just step back and shoot NBA threes, but they also drive to the hoop really well with 3-4 different guys. What's your big target defensively that you want to shut down tonight?
Yeah, I think they're too talented to focus on one guy specifically. Skogsberg's been incredibly impressive. So are the Hanson kids, Robinson. They're just really good at attacking and kicking. And so for us, you got to be able to keep your man in front of you, because if we're playing help defense, somebody's going to be open. And like you talked about shooting those deep threes, we got to get out and close out with our hands up way out there. You can't close out with your hands down or they're going to make it. So it's going to take team defense, and we're going to have to lock in.
I know you have one game during the Christmas break, but how important is it to get a win before you do go into the Christmas break and you don't get as much practice before the start of the new year?
Yeah, I think because of a couple of tight ones we lost early, getting this would be huge for us. It'd be our first win in the DAC-12, so we need that big win that kind of swings momentum a little bit. I think we can build on what we did Friday against Garrison, but this would be a huge one for us.
Once again, that is head coach Brandon of the Tri-Valley Mustangs as his team comes in 1-3 and trying to beat Vermillion. And speaking of the Tanagers, they're coming into this one, their first true home game of the season, 3-1 overall. What can Vermillion do here at home, and how nice is it to be back at home? Here he is on our pregame show. It's head coach of the Vermillion Tanagers, Jay Drake. Jay, there's a famous movie line, and I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. Dorothy says there's no place like home. Have you ever gone on this type of stretch? I mean, maybe weather included in there. Maybe you have as a coach, but have you ever opened up a season with your first 4 games truly not at home? I mean, the SCSC is technically home, as we call it, but that's a neutral site. How is it nice to be back at home against Tri-Valley?
Yeah, our guys are excited. Now that you say it, this being year 16, I don't recall not having our first home game until game 5. So you're correct. Our guys here, we're trying to kind of cap off these first 3.5 weeks of games and practices, and to have played 4 games, 3 of them basically on the road, the 4th one, like you said, in town, but over at USD. It'd just be nice to get into our home gym, a conference opponent tonight, and last game before the break, and you add to it that it's a girl-boy doubleheader, which is always adds a little bit more excitement with the fans and stuff, get more fans at the gym. So I know our guys, it's a different year for us from the standpoint. We only have 7 true home games over 20 regular season games this year. So we're excited to get in our gym, and it should be a fun night.
A fun night, but it's going to be a very testing night. The Tri-Valley Mustangs, look on paper, I feel like they have some great pieces back. They also have some youth that has really contributed to this team so far this season. Looking on paper, they're 1-3. Your team's 3-1. It seems like, okay, yeah, Vermillion is a favorite in this one. Go into the Christmas break 4-1. But not only do you always have troubles against Tri-Valley because they are a DAC-12 team, but they do have enough experience back going up against your type of team. What worries you tonight about Tri-Valley?
A lot, but you're right. They got 3 returning starters from last year, and it's a game last year that they got us right before the break. We led most of the way, and then they had a big big fourth quarter, and won a close one over us at their place. And similar to their teams in the past, number one, they've had great football tradition. And you got some of these kids that are football players as well, and they play very physical. Defensively, they'll get after you in the half court, real physical man-to-man, and we got to be able to handle that. They've got a little length with the Johnson kid inside, who's a returning starter, and he's played the last 3-4 years for him at 6'6", 6'7". And yet he can go out and shoot a 3. The Sorensen kid's back, lefty on the perimeter, and he hit 3 big, huge threes against us in the fourth quarter last year that kind of turned the whole game around and changed the complexion of the game. Wingen and the Olson kids both have valuable minutes in the past. The Bundy kid's a young sophomore who's now starting for them. And really, the way they've played these first 4 games, you can make the case at least from a scoring standpoint, their leader might be the Jewett kid, the freshman off the bench. And we saw a very good freshman point guard in the Mebius kid from West Central a week ago. And, we had heard a lot about this Jewett kid at Tri-Valley in middle school, and now he's doing some really nice things for them off the bench. So Coach Federal always has them competing, playing hard. They're coming off finally. They got a win there against Garrison in their last outing. And yet you look at their 3 losses, we have all of them on film. And the Madison game, they'll compete, play to the very end. They were down 15 going into the fourth. And before you know it, they end up getting beat by 3. But they had the basketball, Tri-Valley did, with I think about 15 seconds left, down 2 with a chance to either go tie or win the basketball game. In the T game at T, I think it was a 2-point game at halftime. T kind of separated and ended up winning by 20 in the second half, but they were right there battling T, and T's got a nice team. And Parkston's another team that in their opener this year, Parkston won by like 10 or 11, but Parkston's undefeated right now and good athletes as well. So like any DAC-12 game, we know it's going to be a huge challenge. We're going to have to play well, but the big thing is we're going to have to be able to handle their physicality because they're a strong team.
Looking at your squad a little bit more, there's always that famous saying that we use in basketball. I think we used it against the Vermillion girls on Saturday is you can't win a basketball game in the first quarter, but you sure can lose it. However, with your group, you're kind of proving me wrong here because you look at your 4 quarters so far statistically, your first quarter, you're coming out hitting shots, looking really good. You're opening up leads, and then you're just kind of at points, if you will, against teams, and maybe the stats against Boys Town throws it off a little bit with 52 points in the second half, but all of a sudden, things seem a little staggered or very even, if you will, in the next 3 quarters. How do you make sure you bring that fast start from the first quarter and replicate it into the third quarter? Yes, defense is always going to be an issue. Teams are going to, adjust as the game moves along. But how do you make sure that energy and the scoring continues for your squad from first quarter into every quarter after that?
Yeah, we've been, and it's interesting because we've really shot it well from the 3. And especially here in the last week, the last 3 games, Trey and Bryson, and they've hit some long ones, but Bryson's gone 3 straight games now where he's hit 5, 5, and 5 from the 3-point line, which you don't see a lot with kids, and he's doing it at a high percentage because I think he's 5 of 9, 5 of 10, and 5 of 9 from the 3-point line, and Trey's shooting it real well out there. But inside the 3, we haven't shot it as well. We feel like we're getting good looks as a team. We've got to step up and knock some shots down. Because the big thing right now, we constantly, and we kind of lean on our defense every year, and yet, we haven't been consistent enough at times. And, the nice thing is we've scored the basketball, which has helped maybe hold some teams off and everything, but we still are wondering, you can't bank on scoring 70-some points or high 60s every night. And even in the Boys Town game, we got to 68, and that wasn't enough. So we need more consistency on the defensive end, especially knowing that I'd like to think as a coach through the whole season that we can continue to shoot at times the way we have from the 3-point line. But just the odds and the percentages, that there's going to be nights where you don't shoot it as well. And can you grind things out or keep yourself in a basketball game or find other ways to score the basketball, whether it's the free throw line or whatever the case is, to give yourself a chance.
I know at the beginning of this season we talked so much about the experience that comes back, but being undersized and what is with this team that's still on the younger side. Coach, a chance not only to get another DAC-12 victory, something that you only had one of last year, but even going into the Christmas break 4-1 before you know what comes up in January and February. How much would that mean to this group of guys to start off the way they have this season?
would be huge confidence-wise. And really for what we've done, and we tell our kids this every year, is when you start the Monday after Thanksgiving, just the way the calendar always lies, you usually have about 3.5 weeks before Christmas break. And it depends on the year. Some years we might only get 3 games in. Some years, like this year, it's probably the most we've gotten in before the break with 5 games. But you want to be kind of laying the foundation or the groundwork for the season kind of through those first 3.5 weeks, both from a practice standpoint and game standpoint. But anytime you can get some wins, just from a confidence standpoint, that's a huge deal. So for us, one, you want to go into the break here playing good basketball, feeling that you've improved a little bit as a team just over the first 3.5 weeks, which I think we've...
Back after the technical difficulties here. Sorry about that. Seems like everything just kind of stopped on its own, but we're back once again. Right now, let's quickly update you on everything that's going on as Trey Hansen gets another fast break. Trey Hansen now has 6 points in the ball game. Vermillion leads it 14-4. They have dominated on turnovers, or just forcing turnovers, and now a foul as Carter Hansen drives in, trying to get the stop. But again, it had been quickly back and forth, 2-2, before Vermillion went on a 12-2 run, balanced scoring across. Trey Hansen has 6 points, Carter Hansen 2 points, Zone Robinson with 4, and Bryson Skogsberg with 2. Trey Johnson, all 4 points for the Tri-Valley Mustangs, as we're about the halfway mark, as the first free throw is up and good of this first quarter. Halfway mark of the first quarter. Again, first free throw is good for Carter Hansen. Again, just kind of lost power here, and not even for sure what. We even restarted the computer a couple times, and that still wasn't working, but finally got to work again. Carter Hansen hits both free throws and another quick turnover as Bryson Skogsberg forces the turnover. The runner by Carter Hansen is left short. It's 16-4. As again, we are back here on Live Ticket TV. If you had anyone click away, you can let them know that we're back. Again, just a small technical difficulty. Even with technology, things still happen. 3:33, first quarter. Jumper is off the mark this time from Bundy, rebounded by the Vermillion Tanagers. It's Zone Robinson on the drive, gets by his defenders, and gets it to go. Zone Robinson now has 6 points. It's 18-4. The Vermillion Tanagers lead it big time over the Tri-Valley Mustangs. This time, feed underneath is good for 2. And that'd be points for Isaac Langloss, the senior guard who comes off the bench. His first points of the ball game. 18-6. Carter Hansen drives, uses the scoop layup, but can't quite finish off the shot. Trying to force the turnover in the backcourt. It's up to Trey Johnson, and there's going to be a travel that will go against Johnson. He wanted the foul to be called on Trey Hansen, and it won't work. And we'll see a substitution as Landon Cerny will come in. Landon Cerny will check in the ball game, replacing Connor Rohrig. Back into action. Trey Hansen carries it across the timeline. The Vermillion Tanagers up by 12. The drive and a charge taken. As it was Langloss that takes the charge. Trey Hansen will pick up the 3rd team foul and his 2nd personal. So now he's going to have to come out of the ball game as Connor Rohrig will check back in. 18-6 and a quick turnover by the Mustangs on the inbound. Skogsberg has it to Robinson. Robinson makes his move to the hoop. Reverse layup is good. Zone Robinson, 8 points in this opening quarter. He has struggled scoring so far this season, but right now he is having himself a big first quarter. Again, 8 points for Zone Robinson. Trey Johnson goes up with a shot as he knocked over Landon Cerny. Loose basketball picked up by Bundy of the Mustangs. Kick to the top, they go with Carter Sorensen. Sorensen is going to be a foul, away from the basketball. That will go on the Tri-Valley Mustangs as they pick up their 3rd team foul. and it will be on Trey Johnson picking up his first, and now Johnson's going to come out of the ball game as well in frustration. Again, apologize for the technical difficulty there to start this ball game. Just a little technical glitch to get this one underway. Carter Hansen lost it, gets it back, goes up with his shot, miss, trying to get it back in a reach-in foul. That will be against Carter Hansen. 4th team foul now on the Vermillion Tanagers, and it's the first on Carter Hansen. 20-6, 144, first quarter. Alex Wingen to the top, they go with it. Drive in, kick out by Ellison. Now the drive by Bundy is good. No, that's Langloss, excuse me. As he now has 4 points in the ball game off the bench. It's 20-8. Vermillion another explosive first quarter, just like they have done all season long. The question is, can they carry that in to the remaining quarters? And now a travel by Robinson will give it back to the Mustangs with 1:12 remaining in this first quarter. A victory for the Vermillion girls, 61-27. And the doubleheader, Vermillion girls moved to 4-1 on the season and a perfect 3-0 in the DAC-12 to open up their season as well. It's over in the corner, three-pointer is off the mark. It's going to be rebounded back up. This one is good for Langloss, and he has now, Isaac Langloss, 6 points off the bench. Trey Johnson is the only other scorer for the Mustangs. Bryson Skogsberg kick out to Hansen, all the way over to Zone Robinson. Shoots the three. Good! Zone Robinson, 11 points in this first quarter. 23-10. The Tanagers up by 13 with under 30 seconds left to play. Bundy drives, jumper, left short. It's rebounded by Langloss. Isaac is getting it done out there for the Mustangs. In by Bundy, and his shot is blocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Mustangs. 17 seconds remaining in the quarter. The shot clock is off. Here we go. It's able to inbound to Bundy. Back to the top they go with Ellison. Around the perimeter. Three-pointer from Sorensen is good. No, excuse me, that's Alex Wingen who hits the three-pointer. With 3 seconds, Robinson, the NBA three, leaves it a little short. And that's the end of quarter number 1 with the Vermillion Tanagers that put up 23 points and lead it by 10. 23-13, we head to quarter number 2. That comes up in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV. Method that reaches a large fan base
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Well, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Coach Peterson of the University of South Dakota men's basketball is watching this game on. Cole's like, where?
That's exactly what I'm like. Where is he?
As we get the second quarter underway, good assist from Trey Johnson as he gets it underneath to Wingen. He's got 5 points in the ball game, and the Mustangs draw it within 8 as we open up this second quarter. And now a quick whistle, and it'll be a turnover. Have you found him yet, Cole?
Honestly, I quit looking.
Don't look over where the fans are for Vermillion. Resume action here. 7:33, second quarter. He's at the doorway. Right off the Vermillion bench.
Oh, I could barely see that far.
Missed shot, put back good by Trey Johnson. Johnson has 6 points in the ball game. (23-17), 7:24. A timeout, by the way, was called by head coach Jay Drake as we were speaking to the other coach, John Brooks. By the way, with our technical difficulties as well, we have yet to get back into Christmas trivia. So if you're just tuning into the broadcast, we'll be doing Christmas trivia with Colt Larsh throughout the evening here. At one point, Cole, what's your tally at?
I'm 4.5 out of 7, because one of them I got with a hint.
Okay, 4.5 out of 7 he is. So we'll get into some more Christmas trivia. You have missed your last 2.
Yep.
Is what you've missed.
And then everything went kaput, and I don't even know if I can think of a question right now.
Think of an answer. I'm the one asking the questions.
See,
here.
that's how
that technical glitch got you all.
Oh, I was riled up,
all confuzzled. Well, speaking of confuzzled, another turnover for the Vermillion Tanagers, and just like we've seen so far this season from Vermillion, a hot start in the first quarter has not translated over. A couple of turnovers to start this second quarter, and the Mustangs are within 6, and now pass stolen away, and this one good by Carter Hansen. He did have Trey Hansen making contact with him in the back. 25-17. Bounce pass, the drive in, jumper. This one is off the mark, rebounded by Bryson Skogsberg. Across the timeline, Skogsberg drives in, puts up his shot, leaves it short, and it's going to be rebounded by the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Vermillion leading by 8 into Johnson. They're trying to take advantage of the size the Mustangs are. With Wingen all the way to the top as they reset, goes to Brady Jewett. Now we're to Wingen. He'll shoot the 3. This one is off the mark, but it's going to be rebounded by Trey Johnson. Back into Wingen. Reverse layup. Gets it to go. He's got 7 points for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. It's again a 6-point ball game. NBA 3. Bingo! Trey Hansen with 9 points in the ball game, and now a quick turnover by the Mustangs. 28-19. 5:48 second quarter. This one has been a dogfight so far, which we expected here in this ball game. Hand off to Skogsberg. He'll shoot the deep 3. Back-to-back threes the Vermillion Tanagers have made. Bryson Skogsberg hits his first 3. He's averaging 5 threes made in his last 3 games. Trey Hansen the opposite way. Excuse me, Trey Johnson, I apologize. Has 8 points, and again, his 6'7" size, they are taking advantage of it, the Mustangs. Speaking of Trey Hansen, he has it. Pass over to his brother. Back to Trey. He'll shoot the deep 3. Leaves it short. Rebounded by the Mustangs as they quickly go in the front court. Johnson tries to make a pass, stolen away, and it will be Hansen. Last second pass to Robinson. Lets the defender jump, and he will get the foul. There was slight contact there from Carter Sorensen, and it will be the first team foul of the quarter. It's the second one on Sorensen. So Robinson, who put up 11 points in quarter number 1, first free throw is good. Robinson now up to 12 points here in the ballgame. Again, the Tanagers are 3-1 overall, 2-0 in the DAC 12, and 1-0 in the region. Second free throw is up and good. 13 points for Robinson here in the ballgame. By the way, the Tanagers now back up to a 12-point lead, and it's another turnover for the Mustangs. Quick three-pointer from Skogsberg. Usually he makes those. This one is off the mark. Opposite way, it's Jewett who has it for the Mustangs as Tri-Valley tries to cut this deficit. Tri-Valley, by the way, has trailed this entire game, has yet to ever have the lead. Quick jumper from Johnson, missed, but it's an offensive rebound by Wingen. Back out all the way to Jewett, the three-pointer. This one's off the mark, rebounded by Johnson. He leaves it short. It's going to be off the mark on the putback, but a foul on Robinson. First team foul. And it's the first personal on Robinson as well. 33-21, 4-12. Second quarter. First free throw is up and good. Trey Johnson, 9 points in the ball game. Again, his 6'7" size has really been a force so far. Second free throw. This one's up and good as well. So with that, Johnson now double figures in the ball game. A player from each team in double figures. Carter Hansen wide open on the drive. He couldn't finish it off. Too strong off the glass. Rebounded by the Mustangs, coming the opposite way. Shot missed, or blocked I should say, by two different Tanagers, but Langloss gets the loose basketball back, and he's got 8 now off the bench. Carter Hansen has it. He'll drive in, kick out to Robinson, to Trey Hansen, reverse layup. He can't get the go, but he's fouled as he's in the air, and he'll be shooting free throws. Second team foul on the Mustangs, and Trey Johnson picks up his second personal. Trey Hansen, 9 points here in the ball game, trying to hit double figures. He can make at least a free throw. Haven't heard much from Cole Arsh in this second game. First free throw is good. I think he's still a little puzzled by the technical glitch over there. I think at one point I did see him sweating.
Oh, I was sweating bullets. And then the thing that you did to fix it, I did 3 times before that. That's what really confuses me.
Well, sometimes it just takes the second touch. Trey Hansen makes them both. He's got 11 for the ball game. Vermillion Tanagers back by double figures of 10 at the moment. Jewett threw a hand to get Carter Hansen off of him, then dribbled it off of his foot as it goes out of bounds. By the way, coming up at halftime, we'll be joined with head coach John Brooks to revisit a girls' victory and talk about Christmas as well. 10-point lead for the Tanagers as they try to expand. They've led their biggest by 14. That was at 18-4. Jumper missed by Carter Hansen. Wingen up to Jewett. It's a fast break here in the quick corner. 3 off the mark, but it's going to be another offensive rebound for the Mustangs as they'll reset offensively. And now backing his way in, and a foul is called. Now a timeout. Let me get a correction here. I don't think, just going to call a simple travel, I think, in the end. Nope.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a travel, then the timeout. Yep.
Wrong phone there. Don't want that one. Okay, Cole.
All right. I'm ready.
Let's get to some more trivia questions.
I'm ready.
Well, we talked about this movie earlier.
Oh, gosh.
So let's get back into it.
Okay.
In the movie, It's a Wonderful Life, what happened every time a bell rang?
We talked about this movie earlier?
Yeah, I said it's part of my family tradition. We watch it every Christmas Eve. But cool, this is an obvious one.
Yeah, no, it's not. I don't have a clue.
In the movie, It's a Wonderful Life, what happened every time a bell rang?
The bell made a sound. Final answer.
An angel got his wings.
Oh, my God.
Lawrence gets his wings in the end. Come on.
4.5 out of 8. I've missed the last 3. I'm on a bad streak.
You knew that one.
Yeah, I did. I just wasn't. I just couldn't think of it.
That technical glitch still has you all messed up.
I can't think straight right now.
Robinson jumper is off the mark. Vermillion put up 23 points in that first quarter, has only put up 12 since. And now a charge taken by young Skogsberg. We haven't called him that in a long time. And the foul is called on Bundy, picking up his first personal in the third team foul. We'll get to some Christmas trivia with head coach John Brooks as well. We'll give him an easy one. I don't want to make him.
Yeah, I bet he does a little better than 4.5 out of 8.
You just have been slipping up as of late.
I missed the last 3. Fifth one I need to hint.
Carter Hansen pump fakes to the free throw line. Jumper leaves it short. Rebounded by Robinson. Kick back out to Trey. Straight to Carter. I don't know if he was quite ready for that pass. Number 24 drives and is going to get the scoop layup to go. Carter Hansen with now 8 points in the ball game. 37-25. 2:05 remaining before halftime. Inside, and a reverse layup trying to make it look fancy that time was Logan Ellison. Connor Roehrig drives, kick back out, catch and shoot 3 for Skogsberg. Good, man. It's just silky smooth from him. He's got 8 in the ball game, 2 threes in this quarter, and another charge taken by Bryson Skogsberg. It's the third foul on Trey Johnson and the 4th team foul. He might just take his brother's school record of man makers, which he hangs on the banister here inside the birdcage. Quick substitution as Trey Hansen comes out. Landon Cerny checks in. By the way, also Ellison and Johnson check out for the Mustangs. Jewett is into the ball game, and also Carter Sorensen back in the ball game. Cerny has trying to get to Roehrig. Loose orange, and Roehrig did travel.
How do you travel if the ball's not in your hand, Heath Nimke? That's my question for you.
92 seconds remaining before halftime. The right-handed dribble. Kick over to the wing. Stop, kick back out. At the elbow. Three-pointer is off the mark. Carter Hansen across the timeline. To Skogsberg, no way he shot that. Oh, he would have made it. This gym would have went crazy. 40-25, 15-point lead for the Tanagers. It is their biggest lead of the game. Jewett the opposite way, he misses. Another offensive board back up. Bundy misses, gets back his own rebound, misses again, and Robinson got poked in the face as he came away with the rebound. I think he's a little messed up there for a moment, but he looks fine now. Carter Hansen back to Robinson. Jab, drive, and a lot of body contact. 2 free throws upcoming as 3 different Mustangs collapsed on him to shut him down. That'll be the 2nd personal on Bundy. It's the 5th, so that's bonus with just 33 seconds before halftime. 40-25. First free throw is up and off the mark. Alex Wingen wasn't paying attention, and he had no clue where that ball went, but he was ducking for cover. 2nd free throw. This one is good for Robinson. He's got 14 for the ball game. Just free throws made for him in this 2nd quarter. Kind of looks like Tri-Valley is holding for a last-second shot here, but they're trailing at the moment by 16. And now almost lost with 12 seconds. Vermillion fans getting into it. It's with Sorensen. Oh, they made him think he didn't have time, but he still hit the 3. The Vermillion Tanager fans shouted 1. Sorensen shot the 3 because he thought he had to, and he hit it. And that will be the end of the first half, as the Vermillion Tanagers lead it 41-28. As we move to halftime, we'll get to our first half statistics. Talia Barta, head coach John Brooks, and more, all coming up at halftime here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. Harry Glenn wants to stop the music.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. As we enjoy the holiday season, the Dance Inferno team is out there in their ugly sweaters, or maybe just Christmas sweaters is what it could be, as they perform for the fans here at halftime of the boys game. It's 41-28 as we're joined with head coach John Brooks here at halftime. Coach Brooks, I mean, at times it seemed like the girls just couldn't hit the easy looks, but in the end got a convincing win against the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Has to feel good to bounce back after that loss against the Crofton Warriors on Saturday.
Proud of the way our girls came out. You know, that was a huge emphasis in the locker room. Obviously, after the Crofton game, getting down early, we really wanted to come out with a lot of energy, get after it defensively, play hard, and win the first 4 minutes of that first quarter. And to put it up 15-0, I think they had to use 2 or 3 timeouts in the first quarter. That just shows that our girls were ready to play, and I was really happy with that part of it. And you know what's funny? You always say those. We talk about that as coaches. You know, we feel like we miss a lot of bunnies as well, but still was able to get a nice convincing win.
Well, I get a nice convincing win, moved to now 4-1 on this season, also 3-0 in the DAC 12. Also talk about Janaea Cleveland. She finally got going offensively, 8 points. In fact, you had 3 girls hit double figures again. Nice offensive performance from this group.
Yeah, Janaea does obviously a ton defensively. I think she's one of the better defensive players in the state with everything that she can do and disrupt teams. And she puts so much energy into that side of the basketball. So to see her get rewarded on the offensive end is always nice. She's really developed a good three-point shot, and when she gets open looks, she can really knock them down. And so, you know, we had 3 in double figures, and then Janaea was right there with 8, and Talia off the bench at 5. So good balance scoring for us tonight.
Yeah, you talk about Barta, the way she has played so far off the bench. I mean, you knew she was going to provide some big minutes, but the way she's played through 5 games, she's really proven to be a huge asset off the bench. And even, you know, almost any other team, it seems like she would be a starter.
Yeah, we knew coming into the year that she was going to play a lot of minutes for us, but still getting those first real varsity minutes. You never know how kids are going to react, and we said after game 1 and 2, like how well she had played, and she has really settled into our team, and she continues to provide us really good minutes. You know, in our press, when teams are trying to get the ball off the floor and you got Talia coming off the bench and Talia and Taylor up there, or Talia and Janaea, or whatever combination, they can create a lot of havoc for teams, and really happy with the way she's playing right now.
Coach, you go into the holiday break 4-1. Did Santa Claus get you anything special this year?
I mean, I've got to wait and find out. I sure hope so. I think I've been pretty good this year, but I don't know. I still hanging out over my kids' head. You know, we get to keep them good for another 5 days. Tell them that if they're good, Santa will come. So, but then that once Christmas hits, then I got to find a new excuse to try to keep them good. So we'll see how it goes.
Now, my Christmas gift, I did get you a Christmas gift this year, and I got the Philadelphia Eagles to shoot themselves in the foot over the past 3 games to give your 49ers now a comfortable first place in the NFC, and you guys will wrap up the number 1 seed. Is that good enough for you?
Yeah, big game for the Niners against the Ravens this weekend, and ready to close out that 1 seed and head into the playoffs.
All right, we can't let you go without answering a Christmas trivia question. Which one of Santa's reindeer has the same name as another holiday mascot?
That's another.
He's naming the 8 reindeer now in his head. He's thinking.
Vix, Dasher, Vixen. I can't think of all 8 of them, so I'm never going to get this, am I?
Come on.
What's it start with? What letter?
C. The holiday comes up in a couple months.
The holiday comes up in a couple months?
Yep. There's Valentine's Day, and the mascot is Cupid.
Cupid, yeah, no. Hey, I'll tell you this much right now. This is why I don't get that. My wife's birthday is February 12th, right around Valentine's Day every year, and I always forget a present for her birthday and Valentine's Day because it's always right around region basketball. So Valentine's isn't a very big holiday in our household.
Coach Brooks, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
There he is, head coach John Brooks. We're going to take a quick commercial break here. When we come back, Miss Barta is going to join us here at halftime. That's on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. As we celebrate the holiday season here on a Live Ticket TV, it's halftime right now. The Vermillion boys lead it over the Tri-Valley Mustangs, 41-28. We mentioned it with head coach John Brooks. We talked about Talia Barta here and the way she has come off the bench, and now joined with her up here during halftime. I mean, you've been so impressive. You knew coming into this season that was going to be your role off the bench. But one thing we've seen with you on the court is how much confidence. I mean, when you come on, Vermillion offensively and defensively does not miss a single step. Where has that confidence been from you, and how do you just click so into place with the rest of the players?
Well, I knew with the seniors leaving, I had some big shoes to try and fill. So I knew coming into the season that I needed to play like I had been here for as long as I have been. And I knew I had a few minutes last year, and I just carried that on to this year and hope to prove myself as part of the team.
Well, you certainly have done that. I mean, if like I said to Coach Brooks, anywhere else it seems like you would be a starter. On any other team, you just happen to fall into this tough place in Vermillion. But when you come on, even tonight, you find that confidence of hitting shots right away. Where is it that you don't shy away from the big moments and going and getting those points, and how much does that help build when you hit that first shot in any game?
Well, every game, we're all a little bit nervous, but after the loss of Crofton, we had a little bit of a pep talk from our coaches that we just needed to step on the court with confidence because we knew our ability and we just needed to get out there with confidence and play like we knew how to play. So coming onto the court, I had a lot of that mentality that I needed to play to my ability, play with confidence, and I think that's where that 3 came from, really.
Well, it's been impressive what we've seen so far. Now you guys move into the Christmas break 4-1, 3-0 in the DAC 12. I mean, besides, that tough loss against Crofton, we know how fun has the season been now, a quarter of the way through already.
It's been so fun. All of us girls are so close. We're friends on and off the court, and we know how to make practice fun, but we know how to, when it comes to it, compete and work hard.
6 days away from Christmas. Have you been good, and what's your big gift that you're hoping to get for Christmas?
I haven't really asked for much, but I asked for some clothes and some money, so
that seems easy enough.
Yeah, I'm assuming I'll get some of that.
There we go. Well, hey, best of luck the rest of this season, and go have some fun this Christmas, all right?
Thank you.
There she is, Talia Barta here on our halftime show. And right like that, in fact, leads us into the third quarter as the Vermillion boys open up 41-28. They also open up with the basketball. Trey Hansen drives, and he's going to get smacked from underneath. The foul is going to come against Trey Johnson, which is going to be his 4th personal already. Cole, with that, quick look at the stats.
Well, we got to remember that a lot of these stats are just from the second quarter because I didn't watch a lick of the first quarter. Leading the way for Tri-Valley far and away, Trey Johnson's 10.7 rebounds for him. Alex Wingen 7 points. Isaac Langloss 6 and 5 boards. And then for the Tanagers, Zone Robinson 14 points, 4 rebounds. Trey Hansen 11 points, and then Skogsberg and Carter Hansen with 8 for Vermillion. 41-28 was your halftime score. Now 42-28 after Trey Hansen makes the second free throw.
And by the way, Trey Johnson now picking up that 4th personal is on the bench, and that's going to be so crucial as that is the one key advantage that Tri-Valley has over Vermillion is their size. Johnson coming in at 6'7". Three-pointer from Carter Hansen. He now has 11 points in the ball game. 45-28, 7:22, third quarter. It's in the backcourt as the Mustangs move into the front. Drive by Wingen. Oh my goodness, 3 guys on the wing, and a foul is called. Maybe Vermillion bailed themselves out with taking that foul there with Connor Rohrig, because 3 guys were all open on the wing, ready to shoot, and none of them got the opportunity. So first team foul, second personal on Rohrig. There's that one foul I was missing earlier. 45-28. The inbound, by the way, quick inbounds and good for Tristan Bundy. His first points of the ball game. Trey Johnson's already back into the game.
That's a bold strategy, but if Coach Fettrell determines that they need some size out there, it's a good play.
Missed shot by Robinson. He was trying to get the foul call, nothing doing so, and it will go out of bounds. He had 11 points in quarter number 1. Hit just 3 free throws. In the second quarter, he's got a total of 14 points. A pass that's almost stolen, and now back out to Sorensen is stolen away by the other 23. Robinson puts up a shot, and a foul is called that will go against Carter Sorensen, picking up his 3rd personal, 2nd team, and Robinson will be shooting free throws. Where, Cole, you have struggled with Christmas trivia, you can't feel too bad because not only did John Brooks miss his Christmas trivia, but he struggled.
I gave myself half a point for it because I figured it out.
He struggled.
I would have too, until you're giving all those hints. That's the only way I got to it.
He never got there. The wheels were turning up here. He wanted to get it.
Yeah, he was. He was thinking really hard about it. I could tell. Robinson
misses the second free throw. The Vermillion boys have a 16-point lead over Tri-Valley. Again, the Mustangs come in 1-3 overall. But certainly a team that put Receiving Votes Madison up to a test. And by the way, going into that game, Tri-Valley was trailing by 15 as they entered the 4th quarter. They ended up losing by 3 with a chance to actually win that game as well. Tri-Valley did. Connor Rohrig, drive, uses the left hand and gets it to go. Rohrig with his first points of the ball game. 48-30. This is now the biggest lead for the Vermillion Tanagers by 18. Ball is still in the backcourt. Finally get to Sorensen, and it's going to be stolen away by the Tanagers. A break is on. Rohrig back out to Bryson Skogsberg. He will drive, goes up with a shot, charge taken by Trey Johnson, which was risky to do, because if it didn't go his way, he would have just fouled out of the ball game. It's the first personal, though, in the end on Bryson Skogsberg, and the second team foul on the Vermillion Tanagers. 48-30. 5:50, third quarter. Sorensen down to the block, backs up Rohrig and gets it to go. Carter Sorensen now with 5 points in the ball game. 48-32, 5:35, third quarter. Carter Hansen to Trey Hansen. Trey Dribbling between the legs, behind the back, left hand. Oh, couldn't get it to go. 16-point lead. Wingen spins, and they're going to call a foul. We'll go against Roerig, picking up now his third personal, third team foul. And he's going to have to come out of the ball game as Cerny will check in. 48-32. Seeing a lot more whistles here in this third quarter. Get it into Wingen. Wingen in the corner, fakes the pass one way, will be bailed out by Sorensen. Sorensen, the right-handed dribble, picks up the ball. To the top of the key, they work it with Wingen. Wingen over to the left. To Jewett. Jewett at the wing. To Sorensen, straight away three with Skogsberg in his face, misses it. 4:52, third quarter. Landon Cerny sprinting the other way, foul called. And he will head to the free throw line. Third team foul on the Tri-Valley Mustangs, and it will go against Bundy. And he'll now pick up his third personal. No, I apologize. It's going to go against Langloss, picking up his first personal. What? I got my numbers mixed up. I'm sorry. First free throw is good for Landon Cerny.
I didn't say anything.
So all Tanagers who have played so far here in the ball game have scored. As Cerny hits them both, and now an 18-point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. Their biggest lead of the ball game. But Cole, you certainly don't feel like the Tri-Valley Mustangs are out of it. And now a timeout. We'll step aside. We're back in 30 seconds here on Live Ticket TV.
Nice. Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. I think this might be my first time listening to Christmas music all season long, if this counts as Christmas music. Sorensen has it for the Tri-Valley Mustangs as we're back underway after the 30-second timeout from Coach Brandon of the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Again, 50-32, 4:23 third quarter. Three-pointer is off the mark, and their offensive board. And another bucket. Wingen now has 9 points. I don't know how many official offensive rebounds the Mustangs have got, but it's got to be close to double figures. Skogsberg just gets around Jewett, and Bryson Skogsberg hits double figures with 10. You have 11?
I have 11, and that's just through the second and third quarters here.
Wow. In the backcourt, and they finally get it across the timeline with 2 seconds to spare. Sorensen to Johnson. And Johnson hasn't done a lot inside the paint since he's picked up his fourth foul. He's actually been pretty quiet since coming back on. He does have 12 points to lead the Mustangs. Carter Hansen, the drive, puts up his shot, misses, but it's rebounded. No look to Trey Hansen, three-pointer, good! Give the great assist by Zone Robinson. Trey Hansen with 15 in the ball game. 55-36, a 19-point lead. Jewett, the finger roll is good. And Jewett has his first points of the ball game. Trey Hansen the opposite way, attacks Wingen, can't get his bucket to go. Sorensen down to the block, slips, and it's going to be a travel. Sorensen is frustrated. Wow. About took off Coach Brandon's arm there on the high five.
That was an aggressive high five right
there. Dang. I don't know if he was upset to come out, upset about the traveler, or what. Three-pointer, air ball for Trey Hansen. Those happen every once in a while. 55-38. Trey Johnson the opposite way, misses, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Bryson Skogsberg. Good call there by the official.
Yep.
Skogsberg tried to say it the opposite way. Cole, by the way, I go home for the holidays. The home gym I use has a basketball court. The first shot I always put up is always an air ball. About 2 feet short every single time. 3-pointer. This one is off the mark. Now, remember, I didn't play high school basketball either, and it's mainly for that reason. Skogsberg, step back 3 off the front of the iron. Rebounded by Johnson. As the Mustangs will get it across the Tanager logo. Jewett, attack, pick up, dribble, kick back out to Bundy. Bundy uses the right hand, kicks it to the corner, 3-pointer is off the mark, and it's rebounded by Carter Hansen. Still Carter Hansen, he'll go from end to end. The layup is good. Carter Hansen, 13 points in the ball game, 57-38. 150 remaining in the third quarter. Johnson down to the block, puts up a shot, misses. Bryson Skogsberg ripped it away from his own teammate. Across the Tanager logo. Underhand to Cerny. Pump fake by Carter Hansen. Out to Landon Cerny, 3-pointer. This one is off the mark. And Skogsberg almost got the offensive board, but it goes out of bounds. Logan Ellison is back in. And Wingen will come out. Again, Trey Johnson with 4 fouls has been held quiet for the Tri-Valley Mustangs here in this ball game. Ball is lost by Bundy. Robinson the other way, kick back out, 3-pointer is left short. Man, I would have expected Bryson Skogsberg to hit that one. He had time to collect.
Double-double for Trey Johnson, 12 points, 10 boards again, not including any first quarter rebounds as well.
Which again, we had a technical glitch there to start up this game. We apologize by that, and thanks for coming back here at Live Ticket. Missed shot by his own Robinson, put back, oh my goodness, get in the hole, as they say in the movies. Trey Johnson tries to split the double team. Foul called. It'll be Johnson to shoot free throws. I don't know about that one. It looked like that was just going to be a clean block by Trey Hansen, picking up now his third personal, 4th team foul. Again, Johnson is shooting free throws. He's got 12 points here in the ball game. And we're going to see a substitution here, Cole, in just a moment that we have not seen yet this season. First free throw is good for Trey Johnson. And we're going to see Rohrig come in the game. But also number 21 will enter the game. Trenton Thomas, the sophomore guard, is into the ball game. Now Cole Tweeton is unavailable once again. So head coach Jay Drake is going to use Trenton Thomas as his second substitution. Free throw is left short. And here comes Carter Hansen into the front court. Speaking of, Trenton, he has the basketball. Zone Robinson to Rohrig over in the corner. Back to Carter Hansen. 3-pointer is off the mark, and Vermillion just cannot hit a 3 here in this third quarter. They've had the looks. They just can't sink the battleship. 57-39, 18 seconds remaining in the quarter. Vermillion still comfortable right now, but never enough against the Mustangs. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Carter, so 10 seconds. Again, the Mustangs trailed by 15 against Madison. A team that's receiving votes in the media entering the fourth quarter. Tri-Valley made a comeback and had a chance to win that game. They eventually lost 46-43. 5 seconds. Deep 3. And this one's off the mark for Jewett. Offensive board. The putback was never in time. And that will end the third quarter. 18-point lead. 57-39. Fourth quarter comes up here in just a moment on Live Ticket TV. Since 1966, Louis Cleaning and Restoration has served the Vermillion and Southeast South Dakota area with high-quality work and even higher quality customer service. At Vermillion's oldest Cleaning and Restoration Company. They pride themselves on providing the best service with friendly, knowledgeable staff. They specialize in cleaning, offering extensive cleaning services with high-powered equipment at an affordable price. Check out their website for a full list of services they offer. And next time you need it clean, call Louie's Cleaning and Restoration. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. All right, let's get Cole Larsh back in the right column for trivia. It's more Christmas trivia with Cole Larsh. Cole, what was the real name of the character Tim Allen played in the movie The Santa Claus?
Come on, Cole, think. Oh, I've watched that movie thousands of times. I'm not going to think of it.
Scott Calvin.
Yeah, I knew it was SC, but oh my gosh.
Three-pointer to open up the fourth and final quarter. Could this be the comeback? As Logan Ellison hit his first points of the basketball game. Again, the Tri-Valley Mustangs made a comeback against the Masaba Bulldogs, but Bryson Skogsberg answers right back with his own bucket. He's got 12 in the ball game. Vermillion still comfortable right now at 17 points. Step back three for Johnson, good. Tri-Valley opens up with back-to-back threes to begin this fourth quarter. 59-45, and now a reach-in foul that will go against Logan Ellison, picking up his first personal, the first team foul. Second, I apologize.
That's all right. I would have had him down for the first anyway. I missed, again, just about the whole first quarter.
Cole, our next trivia question is, you're going to get it, okay?
Okay, I'll take your word for it because I'm below 500 right now.
We'll get you back in the
I'm 4.5 for 10.
We'll get you back right here in a moment. Pass to Trey Johnson, stolen away. Cherry picking the opposite way. Zone Robinson. Oh no! He missed. He misses the easy layup. 59-45. Into Johnson. He leaves his shot short. Rebounded by Carter Hansen.
I think everybody on the floor right now getting a little gassed, hoping for their second wind. I think that's why a lot of these shots are missing a little short.
Now, a lot of these guys, as you say, Cole, have been playing this entire game. Robinson drives and fouls, and he'll be shooting free throws. Yeah, Vermillion, of course, does not use many of their subs. You talk about gas as well. 4 different players in double figures. All right, quick trivia question here, Cole. Let's get you a win. How do you say Merry Christmas in Spanish?
Feliz Navidad.
There we go, Cole. There we go. You needed that one. And Robinson hits the free throw. He now has 16 in the ball game. He is the leading scorer. Now, again, he put up 11 in that quarter number 1. Second free throw is good. In fact, he's only hit free throws since the first quarter. And now a timeout for Vermillion. We'll step aside. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Well, trailing by 15, the Tri-Valley Mustangs aren't out of it yet. Welcome back inside the Birdcage with our Vermillion Sportscaster sponsors. is a lot of them. We thank all of our Vermillion sponsors. Deep three. This one is off the mark. Rebounded by the Vermillion Tanagers. So we're 6 minutes remaining. Cole, do you think 60 is enough? Let's just pretend Vermillion does not score. Do you think they can allow Tri-Valley not to score 15?
Nope. I'd say you're probably looking at a 70-ish or even more. The way, especially how fast this game's been going. I just lost my train of thought watching that.
As fast as this game has been going, you expect Tri-Valley to still hit 60 in this quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, they can just light a match and all of a sudden put 3 3-pointers up on you, and all of a sudden you're looking at a 6-point ball game instead of 15. So this one, I'd say, still very much in reach for the Tri-Valley Mustangs.
A couple missed shots by the Vermillion Tanagers. So again, Vermillion only 3 points so far here in this fourth quarter. 2 threes by the Tri-Valley Mustangs. So Tri-Valley so far just outscored Vermillion by 3. Instant replay shows that should have been Vermillion basketball.
That is correct.
16 seconds on the shot clock. Sorensen drives, threw an elbow in there to get Skogsberg off of him. Nothing called. Wingen steps back. 8 seconds now. Sorensen has it. He shoots the deep three. Good. This is what they can do at any moment. 8 points now for Sorensen, and it's within 12. Trey Hansen hands off to Warwick, to the top with Robinson. Bryson Skogsberg, it's going to be a foul away from the ball that will go against Zone Robinson, picking up his second personal in the first team foul. Here we go, 4:53, fourth quarter, 12-point deficit by the Mustangs. Vermillion looking for some type of offense. It has gone cold for them in this fourth. Over to the wing, three-pointer is off the mark. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Tri-Valley basketball.
We're going to watch this one back on replay again.
I think that's got.
Yeah, I think it was the right call, and we won't have much of an angle here. Make of it as you wish on the stream, but
3 from Jewett. Good. It's down to 9. Jewett has 5. 4 threes in this fourth quarter by the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Vermillion student section is pointing to the scoreboard, but it's dwindling down. Three-pointer is left short. Rebounded by Jewett. 60-51. Sorensen picks up his dribble, looking for some of the pass. Goes to Johnson. Back to Wingen. Johnson back out to Jewett. And there's a whistle as he hits the three, and it's not going to go. And the foul is on Trey Johnson. It's a foul away from the basketball, and that is his 5th, and he's going to foul out. So not only does the three not count, but Trey Johnson fouls out of the basketball game. Coach Brandon of Tri-Valley can't believe it. 60-51. Wow, Vermillion just caught a break there. Trey Hansen down to his brother Carter. Carter drives, misses his shot, gets back his own rebound, back up, misses. Fight for the basketball, and it's picked up by the Mustangs. Here they come into the front court. Mustangs trailing by 9. They've hit 4 threes already in this fourth quarter. Vermillion has just scored 3 points. Jewett, another 3. This one's off the mark. It's going to be saved from going out of bounds by Bryson Skogsberg. Pump fakes one way, it goes to his right. Still Skogsberg drives in. His shot is going to be blocked, but a foul called, and Skogsberg is shooting 2 free throws as the foul goes against Alex Wingen.
So we're going to get the foul on Wingen, then we're going to get a technical foul on Carter Sorensen. It's Wingen's 2nd and Sorensen's 4th.
I was looking down, that's what happened.
Yep, said something and the ref caught it. He's been getting pretty.
He almost took off Coach Brandon's arm with a high five back in the first half.
Yep, that is correct.
I mean, he came in with some fury.
That's also a big foul because it puts Vermillion in the bonus the rest of the game now because that's 5 team fouls.
That is correct. Wow. That could be the decisive moment. First free throw for Bryson Skogsberg. As the gym is quiet, he misses the first.
I think we're going to get 2 free throws and then 2 more.
Yeah. Yep. This isn't college or NBA. We get free throws on every technical. And he misses the second. And now Trey Hansen will be shooting free throws. Cole, this almost reminds me of soccer on a penalty kick, as everyone just stands at the halfway line and one person, I guess there's no goalkeeper there, but one person has a lot of pressure on him. And Vermillion goes 1 of 4 from the free throw line. A chance to maybe at that point put it away. Luckily, off of the technical, they will also get the basketball back. Yep. Sorensen is also out. Trey Johnson is also out, so 2 starters as well for the Tri-Valley Mustangs are now on the bench. Sorensen hasn't fouled out, but I have a feeling he will be there until he cools off, and he is still hot. Trey Hansen drives, jumper good. And that, again, the technical might just swing it in Vermillion's favor. They might get bailed out by the Mustangs. It's back up to a 12-point lead. Wingen has it at the top of the key. Almost lost his dribble, gets it back, kicks it over to Bundy. Out to Ellison, who lost it for a moment, drives, leaves his shot short, rebounded by the Vermillion Tanagers. 2:45 fourth quarter. This one got a lot closer than we wanted it to. Again, entering this fourth quarter, it was an 18-point lead. Tri-Valley got it as low as 9. 63-51. Trey Hansen, the drive, high shot off the glass. It's going to be saved as Trey Hansen chucked it off the Mustang. Oh, and he got hit below the belt. What a great save, but Langloss is going to get hit where it doesn't feel good at, and he's going to have to come out. And Sorensen will come back into the ball game, as Langloss will take a quick breather. He's been a great player off the bench as well. Inbound, Trey Hansen with the shot, misses. Rebounded, and then Jewett lost it. Oh, and then trying to get out of the way. No, excuse me. That was Bundy who lost it, and it went to Jewett. It just kind of fell into his hands out of bounds. And Tri-Valley, with this good comeback, has just seen it slip away all of a sudden. And things are starting to compound. Vermillion's going to get a fresh shot clock, and they are going to take the air out of the ball. They're going to take the air out of this gym as well and savor every second. Trey hands to Carter Hansen. Back to Trey. Oh, pump fakes one way. Now to the corner. Roehrig, three-pointer. This one is off the mark. If that would have been in, that would have iced the game. 1:45. Quick three-pointer. Good. Tristan Bundy hits a big three. Timeout for the Tri-Valley Mustangs. And we're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car, deer, and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blain's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blain's Body Shop. Blain's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. 63-54, 101 seconds remain here in the ball game. The full court press by the Tri-Valley Mustangs. Vermillion They easily break it as they get into the front court. And now just take the air out of the ball. Hold on for as long. Vermillion leading by 9. They would like some points on this possession, surely. But they want to work as much of this clock as they possibly can. Down to 7 seconds. Still Trey Hansen. Drives, gets by a couple defenders, puts up the shot, misses, tips it back out to Rohrig as he tried to save it. And the popcorn he ate before the game comes back to haunt him.
That's right. That took just about 40 seconds off the clock. I mean, if you don't get up a shot there, a shot clock violation or a late turnover like that, it's not the end of the world. That's almost a better scenario. Mustangs still need 9. Deep 3 from Sorensen. This one's off the mark, and it's going to be a rebounding foul. Swinging comes up a little slow here. Foul on Skogsberg. Second team foul. It's a second personal as well. But Tri-Valley will have it 51 seconds remaining here in the ballgame. Trailing by 9. Inbound it as it goes to Jewett. Back up to Sorensen, three-pointer. He left this one short. It's to Carter Hansen. Should have got a foul called there as he got slapped. Trey Hansen, and now a foul is called. Foul comes against Brady Jewett. And Jewett picks up his first. Trey Hansen to shoot 2 free throws. If he hits both, this is over with. First free throw is good. Trey Hansen with 19 points in the ball game. Second free throw, this one is good as well. 20 points for Trey Hansen. Vermillion's going to win this one. They're up by 11 with 34 seconds remaining. Drive, and Rohrig is going to foul. No, it's not a shooting foul there, but I love the persuasion. Isaac Langlois says, hey, that's a shooting foul. It's the third team foul. The fourth personal on Rohrig. Sorensen inbounds it to Jewett. Quick 3, good. Jewett hits another 3. He's got now 8 points in the ball game. Trey Hansen gets it to Carter, and Carter will be fouled as he gets across the timeline. With 22 seconds, Cole. We said it in that third quarter, even to start this fourth, you never felt comfortable. I kept referencing that Madison game. Maybe some of the fans back at home thought I might have been a little crazy, thinking that's not going to happen. But this is just how tough it is in the DAC 12. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said in that Madison game, this team came back, and I think if we don't get those 4 straight free throws that kind of sucked the life out of Tri-Valley and sucked the life out of the gym, I think we're talking a completely different ball game right now if we avoid that technical foul, but that's what happens. We're going to get a Vermillion timeout. They're up 10, 22 seconds to go.
Well, Cole, let's keep it here. Let's get into some more trivia. How's that sound?
Works for me. I mean, even if I miss it, I finish at 500, so.
What was Frosty the Snowman's nose made out of?
A carrot.
A button.
Oh my God. Corncob pipe and a button nose. Wow. Wow. I cannot. Wow. I never said final answer. Button. Final answer. Question 12. Wow.
You want one more?
Yes, I want a redemption.
Okay.
That was terrible.
One more trivia question for you. In the movie Elf. You know this movie, right?
Oh, yeah. Will Ferrell?
Yep. Okay. How does Buddy get to the North Pole?
Oh, my gosh.
And we're talking in the very beginning, right? Buddy's a human, so how does he get to the North Pole? Because he wasn't born in the North Pole. How did he get there? Think about it. You got 20 seconds remaining in this ball game. Turnover. Trey Hansen picks up the loose basketball, and they're just going to dribble this out. It's going to be a 10-point victory for the Vermillion Tanagers. They'll move to 4-1 and already do a game better than the amount of wins they had in the DAC 12 last year. Vermillion Tanagers moved to 2-0 in the DAC 12, 4-1 overall, getting a 10-point victory, 67-57. Whew, it was a close one in the end. Vermillion Tanagers also have 4 different guys who finish in double figures. Cole, how's Buddy the Elf get there? He crawled into Santa's bag.
I have no further comment at this time.
Post-game statistics. A look at scores from across the state. We'll see if we can't join with a player, and we'll join with head coach Jay Drake, ask him a trivia question, and we'll get you to Christmas and the new year. That's all on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
During this special time of year, the Grossenberg Implement family would like to take this time to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. They'd also like to thank all their loyal customers for their support and remind them they'll be closed all day on Monday, December 25th, Christmas Day, so their employees can celebrate Christmas with family and friends. Again, Merry Christmas from the Grossenberg Implement family to yours.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Well, the Vermillion boys, they get a victory 67-57. In fact, the Vermillion Tanagers get a sweep in DAC 12 action as they able to beat the Tri-Valley Mustangs. And both girls' actions, 61-27, and as I mentioned in game number 2, 67-57. Besides our technical glitch, Cole Larsh, good victories for the Vermillion boys and girls tonight here inside the birdcage, in a good way to both get to a quarter of a way through their season, if you will. Both girls and boys moved to 4-1.
Yeah, it's a really good start. I mean, especially the big win against any DAC 12 opponent, doesn't matter who it is, especially in this final game, the 67-57 win. Like you said, I mean, it was a really hard-fought game, and at one point we looked up, it was a 15-point lead, 60-45, if I remember correctly. And you asked if 60 points was safe, and I said no, and then all of a sudden, here we go, Tri-Valley starts coming down hitting shots. As even if you just look at that fourth quarter, 18-10, Tri-Valley outscored Vermillion. And that was with the huge stoppage in play with the 4 free throws that Vermillion could have made it a bigger lead. But, yeah, I mean, just a doubleheader win, that's always what you want to do, especially inside the DAC 12.
And it's so interesting that you bring that up, too, because in the end, actually, 60 would have been enough just on paper.
Right, on paper, but for feels,
yes,
no, it would have been a bad deal if it was all of a sudden 60-57. That would have been bad.
And trust me, those last 2 minutes of the game, even the last 15 seconds, if you will, would have been played a whole lot differently. So Vermillion, yeah, they get an important, and also I brought it up there as the end of the broadcast or end of the game there. Second one in the DAC 12. They only had one win in the DAC 12 a year ago. They went 1-9, and we know how tough this conference is. So now to get 2 wins, and there are 2 DAC 12 opponents they have faced. And they were, again, the one game we didn't see Vermillion play in was against Boys Town, a school that, if you do not recognize at all, is an academy school in Nebraska. They're known more for their sports, if you will. They're not maybe known biggest for their academics, if you will. You see that in some different towns and some different schools all across the state of the United States. I mean, that's just sometimes the way it works. So, I mean, your one loss is against a very, very good Boys Town team that ended up scoring 52, by the way, in that second half.
Yeah.
Jay Drake has never allowed that in his coaching career before that moment. So, I mean, yeah, 4-1 going to Christmas break. You have to be in a very, very happy spot. Unofficially, Cole, what's our stats for this ball game?
Yeah, again, unofficial. The only official stat I have in front of me right now is going to be, as for some reason you want to get a hold of me right now, I guess. So putting everything on Do Not Disturb. The only official.
Always do that. Always do that.
Well, yeah, you always do that. It ticks me off when I'm trying to get a hold of you. But all these stats unofficial, of course, because I really didn't watch the first quarter at all. I was trying to solve our computer problems, except for the points. So I'll give you the points and then what I have for the rest of the stats. First, for the Tri-Valley Mustangs, 57 points. They were led by Trey Johnson, who finished with 16 points. I had him down for 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. He was by far their leading scorer. Then after that, let's go down the roster. Tristan Bundy, 7 points, 4 rebounds. Isaac Langloss, 6 points, 7 rebounds. Logan Ellison, 3 points, 2 boards. Alex Wingen, 9 points, 4 rebounds. Carter Sorensen, 8 points, 3 boards, 5 assists. And Brady Jewett, 8 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Tri-Valley, 13 in the first, 15 in the second, 11 in the third, and 18 in that final frame for their total of 57 points. Tri-Valley Mustangs fall to 1-4 on the season, but a very tough fought 1-4, I might add. Now for the Vermillion Tanagers, the victorious Vermillion Tanagers, 67 points for them in this game. Leading scorer, Trey Hansen, finishes with 20 points. I've got him for 2 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. Then we'll go down the rest of the stats. Landon Cerny, 2 points, 2 boards, and a block. Connor Rohrig, 2 points, an assist, and 2 steals. Bryson Skogsberg, some might say a slow night for him, just 12 points and 4 rebounds. Zone Robinson, 16 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, and 3 steals. And Carter Hansen, 15 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, and 3 steals. Vermillion, 23 in the first, 18 in the second, 16 in the third, and 10 in the fourth for their total of 67. Vermillion Tanagers, like we said, go to 4-1 on the season.
All right, I'm not going to let you be biased here, Cole, before we get to him, so you don't have to say him. But who was the player of the game here? I mean, do you look at one specific player? 4 different guys get double figures. Very impressive from this Vermillion boys team.
I mean, I think you could go player of the game. I'm thinking almost it's got to be balanced because of how fast the game was. Nobody really went out. I mean, everybody seemed like they were shooting good at spots, shooting maybe not so good at other spots. But whenever you have 4 people in double figures, it doesn't matter what team you're playing or what game it is. I consider that a pretty good team win.
All right, let's get to a player that joins us. And as Cole says, it's very, very balanced. And he's certainly put on one heck of a performance. And at one point, had the key duty of shutting down Trey Johnson, the big man inside. That is Carter Hansen. Carter, going into the Christmas break, you guys knew this was going to be a big one. You knew this was going to be a dogfight. How physical was it out there tonight?
Yeah, it was pretty physical. They play hard, Tri-Valley. Coach Drake talks about their football success over the years, and they're dense, big, strong kids, and we're not quite that in some spots, but yeah, very physical out there.
Well, a physical game, but in the end, you guys get the victory. You guys get off to a very quick start. We see you guys put up 23 points, very balanced from just every guy out there on the court. What's with these quick starts so far this season? It seems like every quarter we're seeing you guys score an average of 20-some points. Where's that coming from?
Well, especially today, first home game, right? We've had 4 away games.
Exactly.
5th game, we finally got back in our gym. We had the crowd all the way up. Student section was awesome, and we take energy from everywhere and just try to feel it right in the start, try to jump out on them for sure.
Well, you move into halftime. You have a little bit of a 13-point lead. And again, we see that balanced scoring. What was the message from Jay Drake at halftime? Just to kind of keep the gas and keep the foot on the gas and not let up here.
Yeah, first 4 games, that was our first good start of the third quarter. We've struggled to come out of halftime strong, so he made sure to remind us on that. And yeah, we knew we had to get out because they fight all the way to the end. They did that against T. He talked about that, and yeah, they're not going to give up. So we had to get out to the third quarter and try to get a little jump on it for sure.
They made a 15-point comeback against Madison and made it a real close game, and they started doing that. All of a sudden, 4 threes in the fourth quarter. All of a sudden, things got real interesting. What was going through the mindset of the team when it all of a sudden got under double digits?
Yeah, that's where you see what you're made of, right?
Yep.
You just gotta keep plugging away. Some guys hit some threes. You just gotta keep working, trust the process. Can't be gambling, looking for free stuff, because they're not going to give it to you. So you just got to dig down and keep playing defense, right? Try to go get some buckets.
You certainly did dig down there, get the victory, a 10-point victory, 67-57. You guys only had 1 DAC-12 victory a year ago. Already 2 so far this season. 4-1 now, a quarter of the way through the season, actually. How nice does it feel to be at that mark going into the Christmas break?
Yeah, it's great compared to last year. Coach Drake did talk about that. We've already doubled our DAC-12 wins, and that's what he really cares about. That's where those big games are. It's one of the best conferences out there, so those are the games that matter, and yeah, felt good to get one today.
What's the Christmas tradition back home? What are you guys doing for Christmas this year?
Grandparents' house every year, right in here in Vermillion.
Well, there you go. That's going to be pretty fun. Have you been good? Are you going to get everything that you asked Santa Claus for?
I don't know about that. Hopefully. I have to ask my mom.
Well, hey, go enjoy the holiday season. We'll see you after the new year, all right?
I will. You too. Thank you.
There he is, Carter Hansen, here on the post-game show, as Carter has one heck of a performance, and a great performance from him, 15 points tonight. So great job by him and this Vermillion Tanagers team, as we mentioned, just to dig deep and get that 10-point victory. It's fine. Just wipe off a little sweat. And the guy battled tough, and you could certainly tell. Again, 10-point victory for the Vermillion Tanagers, 67-57. As yet to come up here on the post-game show will be Jay Drake. We'll get to him here in just a moment, but while we have a chance, Cole Larsh, let's take a look here at some scores. You take a look at boys, I'll give you the girls action here. And games of interest in the Region 4. Parkston girls, last time checked, it was 59-24. No score update from there. I can tell you it was going to be a win for Parkston. Dakota Valley beats Cedar Catholic 61-54. Another C2 team, by the way. And other interesting scores, number 2 Sisseton beats Redfield 76-25. Back inside the DAC-12, Canton beats Alcester Hudson 66-36. In other action within the Region 4A, Beersford beats Sioux Valley 58-47. Also Region 4A, DAC 12 action, T area beats Brookings 75-37. Maybe a little bit of a surprise, maybe not. That's just T being that good. And Brookings, maybe not a powerhouse in the AA level, let's say that much. Elk Point Jefferson beats Viborg Hurley 55-45. That is a Viborg Hurley team that has taken a step back. A lot of great seniors that graduated last year. And that is a look at the DAC 12 in Region 4A when it comes to girls high school hoops. Cole, what do we have on the boys' side?
Well, you missed one very important score. The Mount Vernon Plankton Titans defeat the St. Martin Central Woonsocket Blackhawks.
I'll saving that one for you.
61-21, and then the boys' side, they get the win as well, 46-43. Now we'll go to boys' Class A scores around the area. Parkston leads Parker 63-49, 5 minutes to go there. Sioux Valley beat Beersford 74-41. Madison defeats Dubrick area 73-41. Canton leads Alcester Hudson 61-50, 2 minutes to go in the ball game there. T area defeats Brookings 56-43. And with 2 minutes to go in the game, Elk Point Jefferson leads Class B number 3 Viborg Hurley 48-44. And Viborg Hurley Elk Point Jefferson just turned the ball over, so 4-point game, 2 minutes to go. That one's going to be close. Got that one up in front of us. And I believe that was all DAC 12 and Region 4 games, at least on my end. Again, Vermillion gets the win 67-57 here inside the birdcage.
Jay Drake is be with us here in just a moment. Well, let's take a commercial break, Cole. When we come back,
Right.
we'll wrap things up with head coach Jay Drake and get to some Christmas trivia. That's on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics. 48-44 is that EPJ. Here you go. EPJ, Viborg Hurley. EPJ is winning it in the fourth quarter. We're seeing, and there's not time on there, right around 2 minutes left in the game. Or I guess you can kind of see up there, kind of, sort of. We're watching the game, sorry. Joined with head coach Jay Drake. Jay, put your thinking cap on. We will have Christmas trivia coming up. Your counterpart, he did awful. Like, we gave him as many clues as we possibly could, and he still couldn't come up with the answer.
Was it one question?
Yeah, just one question.
Okay.
And it was, like I said, we'll get you to it.
Die Hard's my answer. Is it best Christmas movie of all time?
No, but we did discuss that.
That's the debate.
That is a Christmas
I count
movie.
it as a Christmas movie.
I do too. Did you have flashes of the Madison Tri-Valley film in your mind in that fourth quarter? What was going through your mind when it got close?
We talked about it a lot, obviously, and that's the thing is Tri-Valley, their kids they're physical, but they're going to compete. They play extremely hard. Coach Federal does a great job, and they got football players out there that want to bang around a little bit, and they're just not going to back down. So even early on, it wasn't even necessarily the fourth quarter. We told our guys, we got up big there, and then we had a nice first quarter again. I think might have got up 16-17, and they get it back down to 10. And if they came back from down 15 in the fourth against Madison to have a chance to win it, I'll guarantee you 16-17 with 28 minutes left in the game isn't going to scare them. We just the big thing, we were terrible on the boards in the first half. They had 13 offensive boards, which is too many for a game, much less a half. And we've done some things through these first 5 games that are good offensively, but it's kind of then saving us in a way and hiding some of the things we still have to get done on the defensive end of the floor in rebounding. And so we're kind of getting away with a few things. And even late in the game in the fourth quarter, we had some decent layups, makeable layups.
Yep.
You know, there's bodies around in there, but layups that as a coaching staff we feel we've got to finish. And that's how games can get turned around too, because you're looking at, I think we go into the fourth up 17 or 18, and they hit a couple threes out of the gates, but we still had 2 or 3 layups that if you make it, okay, you're trading buckets, and I'm still not going to be happy, right, with trading buckets, but it at least stays at that 17-18 range. Okay, and so, maybe it takes some of the fight or the will out of them, but when we miss some easy ones, and that's where we're making it harder on ourselves, and now they've hit a couple, and now it's down to 12, 10, they get some energy and some life, and they actually really start believing, hey, we can go win this basketball game still, when it probably should have been, even though we don't get stops where we needed to at this end and gave a couple threes, it probably still should have been up in the 17-18 range. And now it changes the whole complexion, because now instead of 4.5, 5 minutes left, 17-18, they're looking at, it's 4.5, 5 minutes, and it's a 10, 12-point game.
Yep. There's
plenty of time, and they have life. So those are things that we've got to be able to do, and yet I keep trying to have patience, remind myself, and I know I've told you this and stuff, we're still a young team, and you look at, I know we got 4 guys with varsity experience back, but a couple of them, Trey and Bryce, and I mean we're talking freshmen, sophomores here, and they've got a lot of basketball moving forward, a lot of wars they're going to have to go through. And some of that you got to learn going through some of those.
Balanced scoring, though, was something we saw. It seems like Bryson and Trey have really stepped up big recently, hitting a lot of big threes. But then, even in our pregame, we talked about Robinson and just his confidence. He goes out for 11 points right away in that first quarter. 4 different guys hit double figures. How nice was it to see it balanced from your starting 5?
Nice, especially early on, like you said. Zone had a couple tough games there last week, and yet we're still confident in him. He's got to be confident in himself, and just to, sometimes like anything, you just need to see that ball go through the basket a couple times, and brings back some of that confidence. But yeah, we need to be a balanced team. We've said it, coming into the year, we felt we had 4 guys that could go get double figures on any given night, and then now Connor Rohrig here early in the year, I don't know what he had tonight, but the last couple games he had 10 and 11, so it's a kid that now has proven he can go get double figures in a varsity game. So it's nice, and we've got to be able to have guys. We got to have balance. I don't think we necessarily have that so-called alpha or whatever out there, and we just got to play together and keep the ball moving, and good things will happen.
I know at the beginning of this season, you wouldn't have put yourself in the top 10 if you thought about the top 10 teams in Class A. Do you think after this, now Vermillion 4-1, a quarter of the way through the season, 2 wins in the DAC 12, 2 gritty wins, are you knocking on the door of maybe one of the close to being the top 10 teams, or at least making sure you're putting everybody on watch in the DAC 12 that this is a serious Tanager team?
Well, the simple answer is no. But we have enough confidence that we've got a long ways to go on the defensive and rebounding end of the floor. We've got to do much better with that. But I do think, yes, we're probably, to be quite honest, through 5 games in this first 3.5 weeks of the season, we're probably farther along offensively than I thought we would be early in the year, which is a good sign, because I think we still have a lot of room to grow on that end of the floor. But we got to tighten things up on the defensive end of the floor, and that the end of every possession, obviously. The possession's not over till you rebound, right? And sometimes we've had good defensive possessions, but we don't finish the play. And that's just got the focus and locked in, and not quitting on the play, and again learning. But I also think we've done some things early on that we know it is difficult in our conference. with our conference, we've got some of the better teams in our class in the state, but I think we feel as a team that if we play well right now, I think we can compete with some of the better teams in the state.
Yep. All right, he just completely fumbled through this and just absolutely struggled. This was John Brooks'
Coach
question.
Brooks?
Yeah. Which one of Santa's reindeer has the same name as another holiday mascot?
Holiday mascot?
Yeah, holiday mascot.
Blitzen?
Cupid. Valentine's Day, Cupid.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
that makes sense.
Here's your question.
What'd Coach Brooks say?
He didn't come up with anything. He struggled.
He just said nothing?
Yeah, but he tried.
I should get points just for throwing something
I
out
mean,
there.
we had to give him hint after
What did I
hint.
say, though? I don't even know if that's one of the reindeer.
Yeah, Blitzen's one of the reindeers.
Okay, good. I feel good about that.
Okay.
I almost went Rudolph, but...
I told him not to go with that
Okay,
one.
all right.
How many gifts in total were given in the 12 days of Christmas songs? So after every day, so the first day there's one, and then day...
Well, this is a math thing, because now you got to do, like... I mean, and I'm not good with math, ever, but now you got to go... If you go... I mean, you're starting to do... Do I have a time limit on this thing?
Coach, how many days are in a year? Not counting leap year.
365.
Not counting leap year.
How many are in a year?
Yeah.
How many days?
Yeah.
I thought there's 365.
364 in a year. Leap year, there's 365, right? Or no?
No, I think 365,
Oh, yeah,
right?
it is right.
Cole?
Yeah, it's 365.
366 on the... Yeah.
Okay, so Christmas is the only day you don't count then, right? 364 is your answer.
Ooh. Okay.
Because you would have sat here and done all the math.
I just feel good that I know 365 days in a year.
You know what? You're right.
Right?
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Cole got me on that one, right?
What do you got planned for Christmas?
Just rest. You know, we...
You're not going to make them do... You're not going to get them in here and make them do sprints?
Well, their last day of classes is tomorrow. Get through their finals. We'll go tomorrow afternoon after their finals for probably about an hour and a half or so, and then we're going to come in on Thursday morning. The nice thing with the state, with the moratorium, it's mandatory. Everyone gives the 23rd through the 26th off, which I think is good.
Yeah.
Because kids need a break and they need to spend time with their families over the holiday. But we'll give them Friday off as well, the 22nd, so we'll give them 5 days. And then we'll come back the 27th and basically have about a week to get prepared for T area. Do we know a time on that one?
We're going to wrap this up. I'm going to let you take the headset off. You can sit here and watch this. Jay, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, both you and Cole have a good one. We're happy to be where we're at, and I guess we'll see you next year, right?
There we
2024.
There we go. Head coach Jay Drake. In fact, we're going to wrap this one up here. We want to thank once again all of our sponsors, viewers back at home for staying with us for the year 2023. Of course, we're going to be back for the year 2024. We can't wait to bring you all the broadcasts. Keep it right here to Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. Once again, Vermillion gets 2 victories tonight, 67-57. The boys get the victory, and the Vermillion girls 61-27 for Tri-Valley. Until the year 2024, have yourself a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you in the year 2024.